Welcome, everyone, to Finley Stadium in Chattanooga on the campus of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Today, it's the site of the Blue Cross Bowl Division I Class 4A State Championship between the 12-2 Macon County Tigers out of Lafayette, Tennessee, and the 10-3 Melrose Golden Wildcats out of Memphis, Tennessee. 49 schools compete all season long to play in this game today in the 4A classification, and these two have earned the right to be here. For the Tigers of Macon County, it's their first trip ever to the state championship game. The Golden Wildcats of Melrose have now made it 7 appearances in the state title game and have taken home 2 gold balls in 1996 and 1998. They last appeared here in 2005. We welcome you into the broadcast booth high above Davenport Field here in Chattanooga. My name's Jacob Vincent. I'll be your game day host this morning. Joining me to my left, we've got Justin Matheny and Jeremy Tallison will be our color commentators, and of course, our resident official in the booth as well. We'll be joined shortly by Noah McKay, who will be on play-by-play, and Hallie Ledbetter, who is down on the field. Fellas, we're back here another year and another Upper Cumberland team playing in the 4A state title game.
You know, it's probably not the path we thought we would all take to get here, but again, a team from our region in the state has made it down here to represent football in the Upper Cumberland, and you know, I think they've got a great chance to win this game. They've got a path to do it. It's not going to be easy. It could get a little weird at times, but you know, very excited to be down here again to call this one.
One thing I'm looking forward to is just the total contrasting styles.
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, the Titanic versus this on the side, they bang together. You know, who comes out on top? I'm just how this game plays out and just how the teams match up is. I'm intrigued by it. This is gonna be fun. As we had it last year, we have it this year. You can see us here in the booth. We won't be able to see the game, but you can see us.
Which is why I think, you know, maybe this will be one of our most viewed things because my face is going to be on camera.
That's right.
You know, people are going to love to see that.
Oh, my goodness. It's already starting.
We'll continue on here in our pregame show as Macon County gets set to take on Melrose. The team's out there on the field. Macon County still out there getting warmed up. We got about 40 minutes until they'll kind of start their pregame festivities. We'll go down to the field and visit with Hallie during this pregame show. We'll hear from Coach Shoulders a couple of times as we got a chance to talk to him a couple of days ago as well. We'll have that kind of leading up to the game, and we'll get into that and so much more. Right now, though, we will step aside and take our first break here of the day. And, of course, we want to let you know about all of our presenting sponsors for today's game for making today possible. Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision are 5 presenting sponsors for the game today, and we appreciate them for making this broadcast possible. Once again, we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll start to get into it and find out how the teams got here to the 4A state championship game. You're listening to the Class 4A state championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Modern Automotive Group now offers a buy here, pay here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group, located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is a proud supporter of Macon County football and Tiger athletics all year long. From all of us at Modern Automotive Group, go Tigers!
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank and Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank and Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Macon Collision is your hometown stop for all your collision repair needs. They're proud to accept and work with all insurance companies. Stop by and see them at 2330 Salina Road in Red Bowling Springs, or visit them on Facebook at Macon Collision for more information. Macon Collision is proud to support the Macon County Tigers all year long and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Go Tigers!
Welcome back here to Chattanooga, Tennessee in the Class 4A State Championship. The Macon County Tigers out on the field getting warmed up to take on the Melrose Golden Wildcats. Jacob Vincent, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tallison up here in the booth for UCR. And fellas, let's talk about how these two teams got here. And first for this Macon County squad, it's their first ever time here in the state title game, beating a very good Anderson County team last week, 43-41. Let's talk about that game and the win that they had. Very back and forth game. And it was a high-scoring game, but Macon had to make a lot of defensive plays to win that game. Then they had to go down the field, score. They ended up going for two, and it cashed in for them. Now the Tigers are playing here in the state title game. What did you guys see in that game and just how well that they played?
First off, that was one of the funnest games I've ever been a part of. The atmosphere, the stadium was packed at 4:30, 5-6 people deep on the fence. It was loud. And props to Anderson County. They brought a ton of people as well. Confetti, fireworks, goalposts come down at the end of the game. It was awesome. But, look, I don't care to take a shot here. The Anderson County coach opened his mouth early in the week and threw some shade at the Macon County secondary, saying they're not probably very polished, not up to snuff, and some of the things. Anderson didn't hurt them vertically down the field throughout that game. They were able to hit some short stuff and some catch and run. The run game's really what gave.
Really, the only long pass was the one to set themselves up to go for two at the end.
So potentially, that was the only explosive pass play they had, and it was just barely above 20 yards
in
the high red zone. Yeah, and the defender was draped all over. Yeah. It was just a good throw, good catch. So, going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Today, different type of offense. Is going to be spread just like it was last week. But it's not – it's just – y'all understand what we talk about when we get there. But talking about the path to get here, I go back and think watching Jeremy and Noah call the DeKalb Macon game.
Yep.
And DeKalb's a half away from being in the playoffs instead of making it home because Macon had lost to Upperman, and then they play a couple games and they get blown out by White County on the road, and kind of a weird game with the hurricane and all that, whatever. But they got whipped the whole game. And then the next week, they're playing at home against DeKalb, and they're down 27-14 in the second half. And I'm like, dude, this is one of the best teams in the region going to be sitting on the outside looking in of the playoffs. And, Jeremy, you were at that game calling that one, and I'm sure you had the same feelings that I did.
No, I did. And at halftime, the crowd's out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just you can just feel it. And if I was in Vegas and I put my money where my mouth is at halftime, it's the Cavs winning this football game. But, as Coach Shoulders done all year, halftime speech, some adjustments, and it was just a different Macon County team in the fourth quarter, middle third quarter, fourth quarter, just a different team. And they just decided, hey, we're not going home yet.
Yeah.
Midway through that third quarter, they were trailing 27-14. They scored 35 unanswered points, and they have been a completely different ball club ever since that point in the season, dominating almost every single game since then. Here in the postseason, they have wins. They had to go on the road to Sidey Daisy. They shut them out on the road. They had to go on the road to Upperman, finally get that win for the first time in 20 years, and they beat them by 2 scores. Then they got to go on the road to Sparta, another very tough place to play, and the other place that they lost in the regular season, and able to get that win as well in fairly dominant fashion. Obviously, I kind of had to extend the lead later in the ball game, and then it was the win against Anderson County. The road has not been easy, beating 3 of the best teams in the 4A classification. I think we can all agree with that one. And White County, Upperman, and Anderson County. This Melrose team on the other side, back in the state title game for the first time since 2005. Back in 2004 and 2005, they played Maryville in those two games, fell 7-6 in 2004, 23-10 in 2005. So this program has been there, but none of these players have been in this position before. This season, the Golden Wildcats here in the postseason beat Obion County Central 47-7, Haywood 33-25, Dyer County 35-15, and then Pearl Cone, the defending state champions last week in the semifinals, 14-7. A big key for Melrose, they hosted all the way through the playoffs there in Memphis.
And boy, did they have a home field advantage.
Yes, they do.
It was interesting, to say the least.
That's something we can talk about throughout the broadcast as well. This Melrose team started the season 3-3, but they have not lost since then. So they're also playing some really good football. The schedule, though, obviously not the same. And we don't really, they're way out there in West Tennessee, so we can't speak really to how good that schedule is. Obviously, you guys have been able to watch them a little bit on film, but we've seen the teams that Macon County is playing. We know those are really good football teams. Seems like the schedule and the path maybe just a little bit easier for this Melrose squad.
Yeah, well, you hit on some things. Starting 3-3, lost to Memphis University School where Morrow didn't play. He's number 2. For those of you who don't know, he's signed with Texas A&M on Wednesday. I guess I'll say this and say this about a lot of teams that he would play against. Macon's not going to play a kid that looks and plays like him all season.
Mm-hmm.
They have played some good players like a Trip Pinion and Bronson Chaffin and things of that nature. But this guy,
they're not playing in the SEC.
100%. And, not throwing shade against any of those, but you're going to College Station to sign a full scholarship. He's different, and you'll be able to see that when the game turns on, that's for sure.
As a 4-star running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's playing quarterback today, and we can get into that a little more, but he's just going to be the best player on the field, and they're going to put the ball in his hands and let him go to work.
Yeah, we'll get into the breakdown of both sides coming up in our next segment. Hallie was able to catch up with Coach Shoulders a little bit ago and kind of get his thoughts on the game, as we'll welcome her into the broadcast here in just a little bit as she kind of makes her way out to midfield, and then we'll hear from Hallie and the thoughts that Coach Shoulders had before this one. The weather, it's finally getting just a little bit warmer. It's been really cold these last couple of days, but it is cold this morning. It's supposed to get up to about 50 degrees throughout the game today, and we'll see if Hallie can get on here and see what Coach Shoulders had to say a little bit ago. Hallie, take it away.
Coach Shoulders said that before the game, they've kept the preparation the exact same this entire season. It's worked for them so far. They don't want to change anything up. Coaches haven't changed their outfits all season either. They're being a little, precautious with all of this stuff, and they're excited to get out here and play today. They came here last night, and they've got their heads ready for the game. They're, well prepared. They think that they've been ready all season.
That's Hallie Ledbetter, our sideline reporter today. We'll hear from her as the broadcast continues. Appreciate her and getting the thoughts from Coach Shoulders as they get ready for this one. Going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get a team breakdown for both sides. First for Macon County, then we'll get into Melrose as well, and we'll start to get into the X's and O's of this game. It is the Class 4A State Championship presented by Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision. You're listening to it right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back into the broadcast. Both getting ready for Macon County and Melrose here in the 4A state championship game in Chattanooga, Tennessee, high above Davenport Field on the campus of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Jacob Vincent, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tallison. Want to let you know how you can sync this broadcast up with the TV broadcast, and obviously Noah will let you know about that too when he gets on here a little bit later in as the game gets started. When the game gets started, as soon as it is about to be kicked off, if we are ahead, you can pause our broadcast, and then as soon as it gets kicked, trying to think of how to explain it, hit resume, and then you'll be able to, on YouTube.
The sideways triangle there, you'll just hit play.
Yeah, there you go. That one right there. And if it's the other way around, you can do it as well with YouTube. So pull up the YouTube stream. You'll be able to pause it. Facebook, you won't be able to. YouTube, you will be able to, and that way you'll be able to have our audio and then be able to watch the game as well. Let's get into who these teams are. Macon County 12-2 on the year, and obviously offensively it starts with the Twins and Gabe and Zach Borders. You've got Luke Gammon at quarterback, and this offense has been one of the best in the state of Tennessee so far this season, scoring 39 points per game. They've scored as many as 54 in a game against Stone Memorial. Even here in the playoffs against some really, really stout defenses, they're still able to put up points, putting up a 28 against Upperman in that round 2 matchup and beating them 28-15. Gabe has been really impressive here in the playoffs. He's rushed for 793 yards and 11 touchdowns in the last 5 games, so that includes that final game of the regular season against Stone Memorial, averaging 160 yards a game and 2 touchdowns. And I mentioned it, the defense has also been really good. A shutout against Soddy Daisy, only allowed Upperman 15 points, White County 19 points, and then last week was the shootout with Anderson County. Coming into this, I mean, they're playing the best football that they've played this season, and they are peaking at the right time.
Yeah, so when we start talking about Macon County here, you've got to start with the Borders boys. They're twins, and they just – if they go, Macon goes. Yep. And really, Gabe, he's more of the big play guy. He's more of the explosive, and not taking anything away from Zach, but Zach actually carries the ball a little bit more, and he picks up some of those tough yardage, but both of them, anytime they have the ball in their hands, you just kind of hold your breath because they could go the distance against most teams from anywhere. Today, we're going to see. We're going to see if they can get out and how their long speed is. I think we've got some stories about Melrose and some alluded to 40 times out here and some special cleats some of these kids may be wearing that Jeremy will talk about in a second. But last week against Anderson County, they were really dialed in on stopping Zach Borders in the first half. And I thought Luke Gammon did a great job of bridging that gap in the first half. He had some explosive runs. He made the right reads when they were in their gun stuff. He kept it when he needed to. He's decisive when he ran the ball. He got north and south, got upfield. I thought that was huge for Macon in the first half against Anderson County because they were really – with Zach a little bit, they were just kind of stuck in the mud. And you could tell that Anderson County, when they were in the gun, they were saying, we want to make Luke Gammon keep the ball. And he did, and he made them pay. Can he do that today? A key to me in this game is make Melrose play really disciplined football the whole game. Can they do it? I don't know. I mean, just mess with their eyes, make them read their keys. We know Melrose is going to be very aggressive offensively. They're going to be very aggressive on special teams. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for 2. They're going to do things of that nature. They're going to onside kick the ball. We've seen all that stuff on film. you've just got to see if you can shorten the game possession-wise and make them read their keys and play sound technique, fundamental football the whole game.
Jeremy, defensively, this Macon County team, talked about it. They've been really good. A couple of guys on this defensive side of the ball. Matthew Wheely has just been tremendous also here in the playoffs. He leads the team in tackles for loss, and sacks. He's got 69 total tackles, 15.5 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. Isaac McClard also has 69 tackles on the season. And then you go on the outside, and the unpolished DBs on that backside. Braylon Flowers has 14 pass breakups on the year. Zach Borders has 12 pass breakups and an interception on the year. As talented as they are offensively, they're equally as talented on the defensive side of the ball.
No, they are, and Hunter Griggs is a name that jumps out at me as well. You know, with us covering the game of the week, and I'm very fortunate to be with Upper Cumberland Reporter, but, you know, as the season progressed, the game of the week fell to Macon County. You know, it's just how, you know, because they're playing such good football, is you learn a lot about them defensively, and I think that's a key for Macon County is to keep Morrow bottled up. And just really the defensive line, to me, you know, if you have never heard of someone named Borders, the defensive line has been the MVP. And I'll tell you, so far in the games that I've watched, just them getting penetration, them keeping people bottled up. Now, the task today, holy cow, wow. But the defensive line and, again, the unpolished DBs have really stepped it up, especially last week. And I'll tell you, the defense, they've got to come out here and win this game and complement Borders.
Yeah, you know, I've sat here and tried to think about this all week because here's the thing. Morrow throwing the ball, he's not a quarterback. Let's just get that out here.
Yeah, he's going to Texas A&M to be a running back.
Yeah, but he's not terrible throwing the ball.
No.
Like, he's good enough where you have to respect it and honor it. And I've gone back and forth all week. You know, do you rush 3 and you put an extra skill guy in and spy him? You can. I don't know if it's going to matter. He's just that type of athlete. I'm not saying it's not going to matter in the game. I'm just containing this kid. You'll see it on tape. We saw it all week of they'll call a rollout to the right. He'll take 2 or 3 steps to the right and just not like it for whatever reason. And I can't really explain it because on tape it looks okay. He'll just roll out to the left on his own, and then it's backyard football from that point. He's just a dude with he's sitting there swimming people with the ball in his hand and just doing things that, again, I was never outside of, peewee football, athletically gifted enough to do things like that, especially on this type of level.
To let you know more about Jamarian Morrow, he just committed to Texas A&M earlier this week, flipped his commitment, was originally committed to Mizzou. It was early signing period this week, and he flips the commitment to
Smart
Texas
decision,
A&M.
young man.
4-star running back
going
to play at Texas A&M. And he'll, like you said, he'll play everywhere. He'll line up at quarterback. He'll line up at running back. He'll line up at receiver, and then he plays safety on the defensive side of the ball. He's 5'9", 190 pounds, and he's the best player that Macon County's defense is going to face this year. To your point, stat-wise, for being at that quarterback position, 21 for 48 for 464 yards and 6 touchdown passes. He has thrown 2 interceptions. On the ground, when he does run, 87 carries, 549 yards for 6.3 yards a carry and 10 touchdowns. He also has 12 catches on the year for 279 yards, those going for 23 yards a catch and 6 touchdowns. So he is literally going to line up everywhere on the field and try to make things happen. But they've got a couple of other guys outside of him as well. They've got Tavarco Jackson, who will also line up at quarterback. He is kind of their secondary quarterback, I guess you can consider him. And then Ryan Brown, who going to go running back and receiver. Jane Jones out on the outside, one of their top receivers. So they've got some other dudes. And another point to this, we were talking about the gold cleats. At Melrose, if you run a 4-4, you get gold cleats. We're going to find out if it's a real 4-4 here today against Macon County.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite rants that I get to go on is, and again, look, I coached football at Tennessee Tech, so it's not like I coached at Tennessee or A&M or something like that, but I was fortunate enough to go work camps at Tennessee and go work camps for Michigan at Oakland and things like that. And I can count on my hand the amount of times I've seen someone legitimately run a 4-4, laser timed. And on one hand, and to run that is such a super human type thing that just a normal person, it's hard to comprehend. I mean, my second year coaching at Tennessee Tech, we had a 5-star transfer by the name of DeRick Rogers get kicked out of Tennessee, come down and play for us. He didn't run a 4.4. You know, he was 6'3", 6'4", 215 pounds, played in the NFL for 3 or 4 years till he did stupid stuff off the field and, you know, just could never get a past that. He didn't run a 4.4. I think we might have had one guy maybe that ran a 4.4 40 in Ladarius Van Leer from Maplewood back in the day, and he was 5'4" maybe. So he had some different things. So for them to have 4 would be superhuman, kind of all-world type things. That they may have one, but that's a key to me in this game. They may not be a true 4.4, but if they're a 4.5 flat or
really
4.52 or something, these runs that we saw Gabe pop off last week when he went for 85, that may go for 25 or may go for 15. Can Macon stay patient and put together a 10, 15 play drives because they're going to have speed that Macon's not played all year. So we'll see. We're going to find out, that's for sure.
Jeremy, I do want to ask you about the home field advantage for Melrose because they got to do it throughout the whole playoffs, but we got to go quickly here, and then we'll go to a break, and we'll get to Coach Schulter's interview. But they did get to host all the way through the playoffs. It's a real home field advantage there. They've got people all around the field. There's vehicles parked around the field. I mean, what is it like in an environment like that?
So 10 or 12 years ago, we went to Melrose and refereed a playoff game, and I'll tell you the environment was bonkers, okay? So bonkers that before the game, we asked the administration, we said, hey, after the game, where do we go change? He said, do what? I said, where do we change? And that way we can get back in our street clothes and ride back to Cookeville. And he said, you don't change. He said, you get in your car and you drive to Germantown and you find somewhere to change. He said, I'll get you to your car. I can't promise you anything after that.
Well, I mean, again, watching tape from last week, they score late against Pearl.
Oh, my goodness.
And there's people.
They're rushing the field.
The game's
is
still going.
Yeah, the game wasn't over.
They're just running in the end zone, celebrating and dapping up their boy. I mean, it's cool, but you got to be like, what the heck is going on?
All of Lafayette is here.
We're
looking over on the far sideline right now. I mean, they have literally filled almost 4 sections on the bottom half of that away side. They've got the band. They've got the students. They have brought everybody from Macon County. We're going to step aside. When we come back, I got a chance to talk with Coach Schulters in an extended interview. That'll take us up right to kickoff as you listen to the Class 4A State Championship game presented by Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision, right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Golf Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the $290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Joined now by head coach Kyle Schulters of the Macon County Tigers as the Macon County Tigers get set to take on Melrose in the 4A state championship game. And coach, first of all, congratulations on making the first ever state title game in football for Macon County. What has this week been like for you and the team so far?
You know, we've approached this week just like all the 14 weeks before. You know, we're trying to stay focused and locked in. We try not to change our routine very much, and really at the end of the day, focus on us and try to fine tune some things and get ready for Saturday.
Your guys' fan base has been one of the best in the state of Tennessee. Last game made a huge impact in the atmosphere and really making it difficult for Anderson County to hear on the field, especially late in that game. How big has this Macon County fan base been in your guys' success this season?
You know, in my opinion, they are the best fan base in the state. It really doesn't matter, Jacob, whether this football team is 8-2 or 2-8. I've said that a number of times. These people in this community are going to show out and support these young men and their athletes, not just in football, but in everything, and all clubs and things that we have at our school. The community is just heavily invested, and you know, I think it has showed over the last number of weeks for sure, and our guys really appreciate that, and they can really feel it. You know, I think it's fair to say that they've kind of fed off that for the last few weeks in the playoffs.
Well, let's break down the win last week. Obviously, it was a very good Anderson County team. You guys win at 43-41 in a game that was really back and forth all the way throughout. What did you like from your team in that win in the semifinals?
You know, I felt like that we were just kind of in control the whole game. While it was close and it was back and forth, I still felt like the vibe from my team that they never panicked. They were felt like that they were in control and at a good place throughout the course of the game. You know, when you play in games such as we did last week, when the opponents are phenomenal football teams and coached by really good coaches, you know that they're going to have some success from time to time. And for our guys to not panic when Anderson County was able to have some success, but yet keep their nose to the grind and continue to lock in and try to make plays themselves and kind of trust the process throughout the game. We went in with a particular game plan and knowing that we were able to stick with that throughout the entire game was important, I feel.
Obviously, going into that game, Anderson County has been one of the best passing offenses throughout the state of Tennessee, probably the most heavy passing offense that you guys had faced to that point this season. And you guys really did a pretty good job defensively on them. Hensley, their quarterback, 58% completion percentage. Gabe got an interception on him at one time as well. You guys got a couple of huge fourth down stops in that game. How proud of your defense were you and really playing pretty well against a pass-heavy offense?
You know, I don't think that the 41 points that we gave up is really indicative of how well that defense really played. Mm-hmm. I was very pleased with really all week on how they approached that game. We did some things differently throughout the week to just get prepared for the noise and the distractions and the pace of their offense, and the way that our guys bought into that and the way they communicated throughout the night on defense was really phenomenal. And I think it showed a lot of maturity, especially there in the secondary, chasing those receivers throughout the night. And what makes Anderson County just so difficult is how fluid they are in the passing game, yet right to the side of that quarterback sits a Mr. Football finalist and running back too, and knowing what he could potentially do to you at any moment. So, you know, the number of guys at which you can drop into coverage or not, and you know, it poses a problem. It makes things very difficult, but it seemed like a challenge that our guys kind of rose to the occasion, and I feel like performed really well.
Obviously, Gabe Borders has been a special player for you here in his 4 seasons with the Macon County Tigers. Was a Mr. Football finalist the last couple of years, not there this year. Obviously, Zach being healthy 100% for the full season this year maybe had a little bit to do with that as well, as he didn't get as many touches. But here in the postseason, it almost seems like he's kind of taking it up a notch and almost kind of reminding everyone, hey, I was a Mr. Football finalist the last couple of years. How good has he been, especially here in the postseason?
Yeah, let's, you know, past the statistics that he has put up, the way that Gabe has approached the last handful of games as a leader has been phenomenal. You know, Gabe has always been one that kind of leads by example. What he does on Friday nights speaks volumes. But really here recently he took a great initiative on being that vocal leader and ensuring that everybody is holding themselves and their teammates to a certain standard to get the outcome that we're looking for and getting the most out of everybody. And I really think that him, along with some other guys on our team that have taken that same approach, but up until recently, I'm not sure they understand how powerful and influential that they were to others on this football team. And I think you're seeing a big result of just the growth in leadership out of Gabe and out of some other guys on our team. And I would really contribute a lot of the success to that leadership. While Gabe has put up wonderful numbers and he has reminded everybody that he is still one of the better players in the state in 4A, I think he's reminded us within our program too just how phenomenal of a person and a leader that he is.
Talking with head coach Kyle Shoulders of the Macon County Tigers as they get ready to play Melrose in the 4A state title game. Coach, I want to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about just this week of preparation. There's only 2 teams in Class 4A that get to play 5 weeks into the postseason. You guys are one of them. What has practice looked like this week in getting ready for Melrose in the state championship?
Man, it's looked the exact same. We've tried. Well, there was one difference. On Monday, it was the first time that we were practicing in a full-blown blizzard. We've never practiced in that. That's one difference. But, man, we have really made an effort to keep things the same, to try to push out a lot of distractions or for us to kind of shield our players from certain distractions and just go about business as usual and not try to do any more or any less or build this game up more than the ones before. Just understanding that, we're going to work on ourselves and we're going to try to improve each and every day on ourselves. And hopefully at the end of the day on Saturday, then that's enough.
Well, let's talk about the team you're taking on here in this 4A state title game. The Golden Wildcats from and Melrose out of Memphis, being led by a very good player, Jamarion Morrow, who just committed to Texas A&M a couple of days ago. When you've had time to look at them on film, obviously it doesn't look like a very easy team to prepare for just because of they give it to him and kind of see what they can do. What have you been preaching to your defense specifically in getting ready for this game and trying to slow down their offense?
While we don't have any SEC recruits, while we don't have a bunch of players with stars by their name, I think it's going to be important because of that fact to play together, much like we have over the past several weeks. Understand that defensively we're going to have to be gap sound and make sure that we're doing our role and doing it to the best of our ability to try to ensure that we as a team can hopefully limit his output and try to corral him at times. And they've got some other weapons that he's been able to utilize in very unorthodox ways. So being able to kind of adjust, our wheels kind of turn a 360 from last week.
Right.
It's just it poses a challenge for sure when you start talking about someone with the athleticism and ability such as him. It's a challenge, and our guys understand that it'll take a group effort to be able to manage him for sure.
Okay, let's switch sides of the ball. Let's talk about the offense for you guys. Do you feel like there will be some avenues for some big plays in this game, or is it more kind of grinded out in the trenches against Melrose?
Well, I think one of the first things that you think of when you think of Melrose and what they've been able to do throughout the course of the season is you think of their playmaking ability, you think about their speed and athleticism. So naturally, we feel like there's going to be times where maybe the 80-yard run that we've had maybe turned into a 12-yard run. That maybe the big play may not be there, but we've got to be able to methodically move the football up and down the field. Now, we've seen as a team, as a staff, we have seen where those big plays inadvertently kind of hurt us, where we're on defense for 12 plays and get a stop, and then we go back to offense and we score in one play, and then all of a sudden our defense is back out there. We've seen that have a negative effect on us at times. Now, while we never want to complain about scoring, right, or how fast we do, that's not what I'm trying to give off. But, there are strategic things throughout the schematics of the game that can sometimes hinder your success by having too much success, if in this particular case. So, if those 80 play drives can, are 8 or 10 yard plays, then, we may be better off as long as we can prevent from committing penalties and silly things that put us behind the sticks.
Obviously, still one big goal left for this season. It's to win the state championship game. Would be the first time in school history. But before we kind of get into that, have you had a chance to really sit back, take a breath, and kind of realize what you and the guys have accomplished to this point? Or is it really just business as usual, and then once the clock hits zeros, you'll start to think about that?
No, zero. We have not even begun to reflect or be able to wrap our head around really what has taken place. It really has been a remarkable year for our program, and we're in somewhat of untreaded waters for us. But, I think hopefully in the near future, regardless of what happens Saturday, there's going to be a time to celebrate and reflect and acknowledge the success that these guys have had, not just this year, but this senior bunch over the last 4 years has been a very successful group that's been able to come in and contribute to our program.
Talking with head coach Kyle Shoulders of the Macon County Tigers as they get ready to play Melrose in the 4A state title game. Coach, just a couple more questions for you here. It's a 10 a.m. Central start time against Melrose for this championship. Have you guys talked about it with the team at all with the start time? And do you prepare any differently, maybe on game day for this early game time?
We're going to try to keep our times and the longevity of, the time we arrive to the time we go out for warm-ups. We're going to try to keep all that relatively the same. We're going to try to do some things the day before and trying to practice at the same time in which we're going to be playing. But now these guys aren't strangers to this type of setting. And when I say that, I mean, for one, round one at Salty Daisy, we had to travel to Chattanooga, and we had to try to manage that trip. And we mentioned during that time that we were on a mission. We had some goals, and it was to get back to Chattanooga. And the first trip to Chattanooga was basically going to be just a rehearsal. So we've kind of already been there, done that a little bit in going there. And then we look back at the number of overnight trips and such that we took throughout the summer, competing in some pretty high prolific 7-on-7s where we were seeing some phenomenal athletes, and we had to be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to be over at the universities early that morning, and we're running around and competing as the day starts. So to say it's going to be unfamiliar for us, I think would be unfair. I think that we're going to, we've kind of prepared for this in a number of ways when you look at it like that.
Coach, I'll leave you with this, and obviously I don't want you to give away too much, but what is your final message to your team before getting ready for this game against Melrose?
I think the big message, the biggest takeaway for our guys is going to be regardless of the outcome on in some football game, to just understand the adversity that they have had throughout the course of the season, and look how they responded. And, we lose the 2 games early in the season to 2 region opponents. And from there on, we self-reflected and we made some changes, and past football, past this year, they're going to enter the real world at some time, and life's going to knock them down. And I hope at that time they're able to pull themselves up and reflect and make adjustments and changes and, dust themselves off and go right back at it. So I think the takeaway is guys, we've took some punches to the chin, and we've always picked ourselves up off the mat, and I would expect no different come Saturday.
That's head coach Kyle Shoulders with the Macon County Tigers as the Tigers get set to take on Melrose in their first ever trip to the state championship. Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck in the game.
Thank you, guys.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat. By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome into Finley Stadium at the site of the Class 4A state championship game. The Macon County Tigers taking on the Melrose Golden Wildcats. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined in the press box by my friends Justin Matheny and Jeremy Tollison. Jacob Vincent, our game day host, Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline, also with coverage for UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose is here for cinematic highlights, and we want to thank Ben Craven for showing up here today with us for some photography for the website as well. And we sit moments away from kickoff, about 4 minutes away or so. The coin toss about to be held after the captain's meeting at midfield. We want to thank our presenting sponsors of today's broadcast, Macon Bank and Trust Company, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision for helping be possible for us to be here today. A beautiful day for high school football, guys. It's been really cold here in Chattanooga. It is chilly for a morning kickoff, but temperatures expected to be in the upper 40s by the time we are done, and there is not a cloud in the sky. A little bit nicer than the last time we were calling a game from this stadium. 38 degrees right now, but it feels like 47 with the sunlight that is out. You got to a lot of different stories there in that pregame segment, so we won't rehash all of it, but the anticipation is building. The Macon mob is here in droves. Decent crowd from a long way away from Melrose, probably, though, a 2-1 advantage for the team in white and blue tonight when it comes to the crowd. Is a little bit closer trip, and we know Macon County shows out for their team. A couple of disclaimers as we get started. Obviously, audio only. You can sync us up to the feed live on MyTV30 in the state of Tennessee and on the NFHS network. You'd rather listen to us than them, especially if you're a Macon County fan. So go to YouTube if you want to sync it up. You can obviously listen. We'll paint the picture for you as well as we can. But you can sync it up by going to YouTube with our feed, which is on YouTube now. If we're a little ahead of the TV feed, you pause us when I say let's get it on, which is what I say at kickoff. You hit that pause button, and then when you see the kickoff happen on your screen, hit play on our stream. Vice versa. If the feed is a little bit ahead of ours, usually we're maybe slightly behind the TV feed and slightly ahead of the network feed because of the different places that it's streaming. If we're slightly behind, you pause the TV when they kick it off or on a snap on first down, second down, third down, whenever it is, and then you hit resume once we get to the point on our feed, and we will be able to tell you the story of all the action. Macon County trying to make history today, guys, and become state champions for the first time in program history. It has already been the best season in program history, their first ever trip here to the state championship game as Melrose has won the toss and they've deferred the choice to the second half, which is exactly what Kyle Shoulders wanted. If he won the toss, he told me yesterday, absolutely. They were going to take the football. One of the important keys to the game here, Justin, for Macon County. They want a quick start to put a little bit of adversity on this Melrose squad.
Yeah, I think we've seen some infighting there with Melrose at times on when the game starts going sideways or whatever. So if there's a way to jump on them quick and get some doubt to creep in their mind, that is going to play very well to Macon. I think, probably a lot of folks watching here are Tennessee fans, or at least know how that Vandy game went last week. Even if it starts bad, you play a 48-minute game here in high school for a reason. So regardless of which team you're rooting for, if it doesn't go the way you want at the jump, just hang in there and keep fighting.
Captains today for the Golden Wildcats out of Memphis, Ryan Brown, Jamarian Morrow, Lonnie Tate, and Jaden Jones. For the Macon County Tigers out of Lafayette, Zach Borders, Gabe Borders, Luke Gammon, and Braylon Flowers. As the Macon County Tigers have taken the field here at Davenport Field at Finley Stadium, they'll be joined shortly by the Melrose Golden Wildcats. One more disclaimer. We are here with UCR. We are not on the NFHS network tonight. This is Upper Cumberland Reporter. And if you're a Melrose fan, you're not going to like the feed. Just pull up the TV and turn us off. No offense. Appreciate you joining us. And if you do want to join us, we don't want you to win today. So I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. You're not going to like the broadcast very much, and that is okay. Congratulations on a historic season. It's very good for us as co-owners of Upper Cumberland Reporter if Macon County wins this football game today, as the Golden Wildcats have taken the field. A mixture of black cleats and a few of those golden cleats that we talked about. Jamarian Morrow, the 4-star, he is signed to Texas A&M. Huge upgrade. Decommitting from Mizzou, committing to Texas A&M. Not going to go play with that clown Eli Drinkwitz, and he is the best player that Macon County will have faced this season, and that says a lot considering the players that the Tigers have faced.
Yeah, he's somebody that is going to jump off your screen today in a bunch of different ways. Anytime the ball is in his hands, which is going to be a lot. Like we talked about pregame, he's going to line up at quarterback. He's going to line up at running back, receiver, at safety. Ball's in his hands. Hold your breath if you're Macon County because he's going to make something happen.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from or listening from, and, of course, who you're cheering for. A lot of Macon County faithful tuning in across the state of Tennessee and beyond. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Jacob Vincent, Hallie Ledbetter on the sidelines. 4 quarters to decide a state champion here in Class 4A. It is the last day of the Blue Cross Bowl. 6 games have already been played, 3 more throughout the day today, and it is a great slate of games this afternoon. Melrose in the tan jerseys, I would say, with maroon numbers and letters and gold helmets. Macon County, the home team today, in their white jerseys with blue numbers and letters and red trim. And already a little miscommunication here for Melrose. They don't have the proper personnel on the field. Now they think that they do. They're going to kick left to right on your screen as you envision it here from Finley Stadium.
And heads up if you're Macon here, just to be alert on the kick game, just to see if they're going to onside kick, bloop, whatever. Just have your hands team ready.
Michael Sereno is the kicker, the sophomore. Jogs up, let's get it on in the Class 4A state championship game. They kick it to Gabe Borders, who fields it at the 30, going the wrong direction. Gabe with a stiff arm at the 25, and now will be cut down at the 30. So a net return of 0 yards, but ran all the way across the field to get it. And now we will see Luke Gammon and this Macon County offense prolific this season. 39 points per game. Coming off that 43-point output against Anderson County, they needed every single one of those points. A 43-41 dramatic victory. And the question for Macon County offensively, guys, how long will it take for them to get into the wing tee? And here's our answer, not yet. They will start in the gun. 2 receivers to the left for Gammon. Now he'll shift the formation. Brennan Flowers, Kellen Heyer go to the left side of the line. Snap taken. Going to pull it. Luke Gammon, he is tripped up and kind of got it caught up on the feet of Zach Borders. It'll be a loss of a yard and bring up 2nd and 11.
Something to, just from that opening kickoff, we saw Gabe try to go sideline to sideline. There's a lot of speed on this field for Melrose today. Might not be able to do as much of that. Try to get north and south as quick as we can.
Kyle Shoulders likes to start in the gun and then go into the wing stuff, typically in the second half. Said yesterday he may have to get into it sooner. It is a type of offense that they have not seen, and they get into it on play number 2. 2nd and 11. Under center goes Gammon, single wing, and now they'll shift to the opposite side. Under center's Gammon. Takes the snap. Going to hand to Gabe around the edge. Gabe with a little bit of room. Now jumps upfield to the 30 and will be cut down there. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. This is not where Macon County wants to be in this football game a minute in.
Yeah, obviously, we didn't talk about this as much. It's just Macon's not a pass football team. They're not built to pick up things, 3rd, 5, 6, 7, 8, where they have to go to that. I would still look for them to get some run, some kind of run here. Gabe and Zach try to get the ball to them in the space.
Chris Cooper, the senior linebacker, makes the tackle on Gabe Borders, and they'll stay in the wing tee. They'll do it on any down if they need to. 2 backs in the backfield alongside Gammon gives the hard count. They don't break the neutral zone. 3rd down snap. They're going to go underneath to Gabe Borders. He's hitting the backfield. Well defended. No gain on the play. It'll be a quick 3 and out for the Macon offense. Lonnie Tate, the senior middle linebacker, makes the stop. And out comes the punting unit. Brody Fry will drop back and try to kick it deep to a very dangerous return man, Jaden Jones.
And that's just good, solid, sound defense from Melrose right there. Not getting their eyes in bad spots, just following their keys right to the ball.
Fry's one of the linemen, but he is the punter as well. Gets a good snap. A spinning kick that bounces at the 40. Jones is going to field it, tries to return, and will be cut down immediately. No gain on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jamarian Morrow and this explosive Melrose offense. They were held in check last week by a very good Pearl Cone team. Obviously, the reigning champs, not the same team as a year ago. Pearl lost 4 games in total this season, but nonetheless holding that team to just 7 points, which came on, I believe, the opening drive of the game for Pearl. Very impressive for them. And 0 doing on that first drive for Macon's offense. There's 9:44, as you see on your screen, to go in quarter number 1. Jamarian Morrow, as they get a late arriver onto the field, trying to leak him on, but Zach Borders is onto it. Interesting set here for Melrose. 2 backs in the backfield with Morrow. And now they're going to do a little do-si-do spin, and they'll put Tabarco Jackson at quarterback. Morrow goes into the slot. He'll be shaded by Zach Borders. Takes the snap. Hands to Ryan Brown. Brown carries defenders forward for a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Isaac McClard, the senior linebacker, one of the leading tacklers on the team, makes the stop.
Yeah, and good movement there. Like you said, a bunch of stuff pre-snap. Just to try to get Macon out of what they're comfortable doing, but just inside zone, good movement there from the Melrose offensive line on the Macon D-line.
And now going back into the backfield is Morrow, the A&M signee. That is a big deal. The 4-star athlete, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Inevitably, it's going to turn into backyard football where he starts making plays. 3 down front for Macon, and now we have a whistle and a flag, and it's going to be early movement against Melrose, and we are far away from the mob, but we can hear them with a closed window, and the Tigers trying to fire them up as it'll back it up and make it a 2nd down and 10.
Jeremy, something that was interesting to me is watching them on tape, a lot of pre-snap movement, sometimes not called. Is this the official early setting the tone a little bit?
Maybe on that false start. Remember, this crew's from Nashville. That's where they're from, so kind of in the middle. But, you do want to set the tone, what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow early.
2nd down and make it 9 here for Melrose. Same set we just saw. Morrow has the snap, drops back, fires the quick screen to Jaden Jones, makes the catch, makes one man miss, and now will be cut down as he gets the penalty yardage back +1, a gain of 6, and it's a 3rd down and 3 here for the Golden Wildcats.
Yeah, and on any third down, you're not going to feel comfortable if you're making. It looks like Melrose they're going to go this faux tempo a little bit, get a lot of check with me, but with Morrow, the ball in Morrow's hands, 3rd and 3 is not a good spot to be in. 3rd and 3. We have not seen Morrow carry it yet. That may be about to change. Snap taken. Going to hand to Brown. Hit in the backfield. Now throws a defender off of him. The pile-up arrives in a big pile, and they get just enough for a 1st down for the Golden Wildcats. Name of the game for both teams today. 1st downs won't kill you. They're trying to limit the big plays that both these offenses can put up. And that's tough if you're making. You had him hit in the backfield and didn't get him on the ground. His 2nd and 3rd effort, able to fall forward and pick up the 1st. Simple to remember, numbers 1, 2, and 3. Brown and Morrow transferred in out of Germantown along with their co-coaches, the Morrow twins. Jamarion's dad, one of those co-coaches, his twin brother, the other. And they have really boosted this Melrose squad. And the twins talked about trying to change the community. A lot of early movement. They play on. Morrow drops back, chucks it deep. Receiver's there, and he makes the catch. Flowers got caught looking in the backfield, and Tamarco Jackson was wide open downfield, and it's a huge pitch and catch down to the 13-yard line.
And again, that play should not have developed. And we had 4 people from Melrose jump early. That play should have been shut down at the snap.
Yeah, snap was late for sure, and like you said, all the wide receivers took off, and they just let that go.
Flowers was caught a little bit with his eyes in the backfield as the pass went over his head. Melrose trying to strike early, 7:35 to go in quarter number 1. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Morrow. He usually is lethal in the red zone. Going to give to Brown. Brown with a hold to rumble through, goes around the right side, looking for the edge to the 10. Now he'll be hit, carrying defenders to the 2. Brown running physically. It's another Melrose 1st down, and they're on the doorstep of making it 6-0.
And I think what's surprised me off the jump here is Morrow's not done any. He's just handed the ball off. He made a throw. He's not done anything with his legs athletically. I thought it would be the Morrow show from the jump.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. 7:20 to go in quarter number 1. Macon went 3 and out. Melrose gets a big passing play, and now they're in business. 1st and goal from the 2. Morrow calling out orders to his offensive line. Now he has the shotgun snap. Going to keep it himself for the 1st time. Hitting the backfield, bounces a couple of times. He's taken down, and I believe he's just short. The ball comes out. Macon County says that they have it. He tried to stick it out. They blow it dead, and it's Macon County football! The Tigers come away! Jamarian Morrow tried to reach it out, and the Tigers get a huge turnover.
I mean, you said it, a huge turnover. They were assuredly about to give up points right there, and that's a danger. I had running backs coaches that I coached with that would teach you not to stretch the ball towards the goal line unless it's 4th down to prevent situations like that from happening.
Bill Belichick has said he has a rule. If you reach the ball out and it's not the last play of the game, you're going to the bench. Morrow's not going to do that, but a big break for Macon. And now antenna's up as they go under center. They are as close to their own goal line as humanly possible. Melrose will sell out to try and get a safety. Snap, and they give it to Zach Borders, who gives them some breathing room, but we have a whistle and a stoppage. And my apologies, we are far, far away from the field, so some of these whistles, it may take me a minute to register. Let's see who this one is against, or is it a timeout? What do we have here? And we have a timeout called on the field by Melrose.
By Macon.
By Macon, my apologies, with 6:48 to go in quarter number 1. So big break for Macon. They give up a huge passing play, and then they get the football back on their own goal line. Turnover is huge. Now Macon, they don't have to score on this drive, Justin, but they need to show some signs of life offensively after their opening frame.
Yeah, and, from the opening kick where Gabe goes sideline to sideline and they run a little fly sweep, I think maybe getting north and south a little bit is what they're going to want to do, get some of that power, some of that inside run going first.
And we're going to check. They have a media timeout in every quarter, and it is going to be the media timeout, so we will take it with them as the media and come back in just a couple of moments in a scoreless game. This is the Class 4A State Championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Can I use your shower again? I can't find anyone to fix it over the weekend.
Yeah, but you should have just called my guy. Hey, Greg.
What's up, Luke?
Can you fix the shower today?
Absolutely.
Even on Sunday?
Of course. No one should go without water. That's why we're here for you. 24/7, 365.
You look ridiculous.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Welcome back into Chattanooga. 1st and 10 for Macon County out of the timeout. They are pinned on their own 1-yard line, but they'll take it as they found themselves and now an early movement, and it literally doesn't matter. Flowers jumped, Brennan Flowers, but literally they're going to move the ball an inch, and then it will be 1st and 10 again as they are back on their own 2-inch line. Melrose fumbles going in. Goose got great footage of it. He says confirmed, no question about it. The ball was out. And Macon County gets a gift, but Melrose is going to be selling out here to try and force a safety as we continue on in the state championship game. 1st and 10 under center is Gammon. Takes the snap. Going to give up the middle to Brennan Flowers, just trying to get some breathing room. He'll get about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 9 here with 6:40 and counting to play in quarter number 1.
Well, and you said it, just trying to get some breathing room, but there was a big hole. And, again, what Melrose is going to be good at is their athleticism is going to make up for some missed assignments up front. So, big hole, closed up fast, just gets the ball out.
Macon Bank and Trust is proud to be the sponsor of today's game. We believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be part of this state championship game. Supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system is your community bank of choice. We're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. Snap taken. They're going to turn and hand to Gabe. Gabe to the 5, where he is cut down at about the 6. In a 2nd and 5 play, the ball came out, but the official immediately signals that he was down. We appreciate Macon Bank and Trust. They've been with us the entire postseason with Macon County, and we very much appreciate their sponsorship of us and their support of Macon County. They've given money to the team as well. Just been fantastic. Doran Partee, they are on the tackle. He's got 4 picks this season. Probably won't have an opportunity for 4 picks in this game. It's 3rd and 5 here for Macon. They're pinning their own in a little bit, so don't want to put the ball at great risk. Under center is Gammon. Takes the snap. Going to give to Zach. Now underneath to Gabe. Big hole for Gabe. To the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Breaks a tackle to the 20 where he is stood up. Pyle still pushing forward. The ball is ripped out, and they're going to let it play on. He's to the 30. It's Morrow. We've got a flag down. Now Morrow fumbles it. Melrose has it. There's a flag in the middle of the field. The pile was definitely moving forward for Gabe Borders, and it was ripped out. I believe this is something in the area of the return on Melrose, so it'll back him up a little bit. But disaster for the Tigers. They give the football right back.
Yeah, I saw it's a block in the back is what they're going to have. But after the fumble and recovery by Melrose, so Melrose will keep possession. They'll back them up 10 yards from the end of the run.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts on forward progress there, which, of course, will be the question?
I still thought it was moving forward. I thought it was a good call.
And it is a block in the back, and it will be Melrose football as they will take it back. They got the look we're looking for. First big hole for Gabe. He got a big gain, but then they just ripped the football out, and it'll go back the other way.
It's one of those things, as a coach, it's hard to tell a player that is moving forward, fighting for extra yards, just know when to cut your losses and go down. I had actually already looked down to start writing and missed the tail end of the fumble. I looked up to see Morrow put it on the ground, but that's a tough break for Macon.
It'll back them up from the spot of the foul for the block in the back, but it is going to be Melrose football. block in the back on the return. Jamarian Morrow came out with it, and then they got away with it as he put the ball on the ground for the second straight time he's touched it. But they're able to survive and retain possession.
Oh.
Whoa. They gave the football back to Macon. What do we have there, guys? Any clue, Jeremy? They just gave the ball back to Macon County.
And again, the only way that you can give Macon the ball back there is if you feel as though that the penalty happened while the ball was loose.
And we will get official here on the stat sheet. We got Jacob, our spotter, in the booth saying he thought it was a hold called on Melrose. And if that happened during the play, which there can be defensive holding during the play before the fumble, then Macon would keep the football. So that must be what they called there. And they said he was down and holding. All right, Hallie down there on the sideline. So they ruled that Gabe was done, probably on forward progress.
Oh, gotcha.
And then they call holding on Melrose. And my question would be here, Jeremy, now they have to wipe this penalty off if they called him down due to forward progress because the play's done from that point.
Correct. The only thing that you could enforce after that is some type of dead ball personal foul or something of that nature. But a live ball foul you cannot enforce during that.
And apologies for the confusion here, but it's confusion on the field. They're still discussing. And now I believe that's what they're discussing because you can't have a penalty occur on a play that isn't happening. You can make an argument for progress was stopped. It's one of those gray area plays. Last week they let them go on way too long.
Now they're giving the ball back to Melrose?
Block in the back against Melrose. And they're giving the ball. This is chaotic.
Man.
For the record,
the ball is going to Melrose now.
If you want to backtrack about 2 minutes ago, I told you what was going to happen.
Correct. But now everybody's upset. Melrose fans now back happy.
This is going to get me to ranting about officials.
We had a rough time last year. It's not always their best.
Well, the good news is they're correct. The bad news is it was funky getting there.
So now it's Melrose football, 1st and 10 from the 32. A Gabe Borders fumble gives it back. Both superstars have put the football on the ground once. And now we'll see if Melrose can strike as we are scoreless in a sloppy first quarter in the state championship game. First state championship game for either team since any of the players have been alive. Back in 2006, the last time Melrose was here. And now they're going to mark off the penalty yardage back to the 36-yard line. It will be 1st and 10. Working left to right in Macon territory are the Golden Wildcats.
I don't think they marked off enough yards.
It's chaotic. 3 receivers set for Morrow. Takes a snap. Early movement again, and they call it this time. That is a false start, and they're going to be able to call this a lot tonight, guys, based on the tape that we watched, Justin.
And to me, it just comes down to how much do they want to call it. Like you said, you could call it almost on every snap. And to me, those are the things administratively, pre-snap penalties, you got to call. Judgment calls, I understand. We're going to miss some stuff, whatever. Got to call those pre-snaps.
And they do call it there. It's going to be 1st and 15. I have never seen a team, and this is a compliment in a lot of ways, make as many 2nd and 30s, 3rd and 20s as this Melrose team has this season. It is truly something, and a lot of it is because of the young man at the quarterback position, Jamarian Morrow, just making stuff happen. Here's a 1st and 15 for him from the 41-yard line. Snap taken. We got early movement again. Back him up 5 yards. Golden Wildcats are frustrated, but they're jumping, and they've done it all season long, guys. We've seen it on the tape.
I mean, again, it's just going to come down to how, and it's the official on this sideline calling it. So
good for him. There's no question about it. They're jumping, correct, Jeremy?
I agree.
And what we're getting from Macon defensively, they're lining up in just traditional 50. They got 3 down linemen, 4 backers on the field, probably a cover 3 roll into cover 3 if they're not just lining up straight in it.
The mob is going berserk on the other side. Already three pre-snap penalties against Melrose, and they are taking credit for it on the other side. No air horns tonight, but they got a lot of cowbells. 3s to the right, 1 to the left. Morrow takes the snap. He's got to tuck it and run. Cuts upfield, and Macon's ready for it. Nothing doing. Maybe a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down and 19. And first in there, you mentioned his name pregame, Hunter Griggs, the senior defensive lineman who's just having a dandy of a season in a postseason.
Jeremy, that's what you talked about is this front for Macon. If they're able to make plays, it's going to allow those backers and these secondary guys a chance.
And now they go with this set. We see them do a lot. 3 receivers to the right and then 1 offset behind. Another receiver to the left for Morrow. 2nd and 19 for the Golden Wildcats. Snap taken. Here comes pressure. Morrow fires. Receiver cannot make the catch. It's dropped. Looking for Jackson. Flowers was there. Looking for a quick few yards, maybe to break a tackle and go. It's 3rd and 19, and your antennas still have to be up because of that 4-star Texas A&M signee.
Well, and schematically there for Melrose, they get that diamond quads look over here to the field with one receiver backside, and what they were looking for is just Macon to overshift to this 4-receiver side and throw that backside quick curl, just put it on the ground.
Trips right, one left. Jamarian Morrow and Ryan Brown in the backfield. 4:23 to go in a very interesting first quarter. Do you expect anything different in this ball game? Morrow right at that midfield logo for UTC. Snap taken. He's going to roll to the right, looking downfield. Now he tries to tuck it. Macon spills it and puts him down. Loss of 5, and Melrose will be forced to punt it away. Great defense by the Tigers, and Matthew Wheely makes the stop.
And that's one of those plays I've talked about where you see him roll out, and he's just able to make something happen. Great pursuit. Everyone's stuck on their man. Didn't give him a chance to throw it, and just the people Macon brought really tracking the ball, pursuing the ball well right now.
And I was just going to say, one thing I noticed, too, is the backside pursuit on that as well. So
Yes.
if he would have tried to come, circle it back around, you had a Macon defender coming from the backside as well.
The mob assists 2 pre-snap penalties. Then the defense bows up. Punting unit on here for Melrose. And that is Braylon Flowers back deep to receive this kick. Jackson typically the punter, and we've got a delay of game. And that'll back him up 5 more yards. And right on brand. Just right on brand for what we've seen.
For Melrose over here, they took a while to even get their punt team out there. I don't know if they were considering going for it on 4th and 19 or not, but that's something that operationally you just run them out. But they took a minute to get them there.
They were gifted last week by Pearl Cone. A really bad decision to fake a punt in that football game. Led to points for Melrose.
Peter, get away.
The kick is terrible. It goes straight up into the air. It takes a Melrose hop, though, and will end up being good on the stat sheet as it trickles to the 23 where it'll be touched down. All right. I'm really not watching the comments today. This is a historic day for these two programs. I'm not going to call out one person by name yet, but if you keep arguing with people in the comments, I'm going to block you. And then I'm going to go to YouTube and block you there, too. Appreciate you watching. Behave. I don't even know what the comments are, but people I trust have said it's ridiculous. So knock it off. Knock it off. 1st and 10, Macon County from the 23-yard line. Working right to left on your screen. Both teams 0 for 2 on offense so far. In the gun is Gammon. Takes a snap. Hands to Zach Borders. Borders gets hit and taken down after a gain of a yard. Good pursuit in that time for Melrose. Leading the charge was Jamarian Morrow as he shot through the gaps to make the stop.
And here's what I'll say about Melrose defensively. They held Pearl, the defending state champs, with a running back who's committed to Colorado State to 7 points and shut them out after Pearl's first drive. So this is going to be a tough sledding game here for Macon on offense. Again, is that something they can just be okay with and grinding this out and really sucking the air out of the stadium and the football?
2nd and 9, they're going to stay in the gun, mixing it up tonight, or today rather, a little bit. Higher and Brendan Flowers go across the line. Loading up the front is Melrose. Another handoff up the middle. Not a lot doing that time. Maybe Gammon should have kept that one. A gain of 2 for Zach, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7 here for Macon.
And I said this maybe on the first or second drive, Jeremy, but Macon not doing a good job of staying on schedule ahead of the sticks right now.
And Jaden Jones makes the tackle there defensively. And right now, both offenses, there's been one huge play for Melrose, a deep shot. Other than that, these two very good defenses are battling to a stalemate. 3rd down and 7. 2 to the left here for the Tigers. Gammon going to be in the gun. What do they draw up here? Snap taken. Play fake. Gammon's looking to throw. It's a screen. Not there at first. Now he'll flip it to Zach, who cannot make the catch. Would have had a chance. Instead, it's incomplete, and it's 4th and 7. And here comes the punting unit for Kyle Shoulders.
Yeah, it would have had a chance. And Jeremy officiating right there, they have linemen downfield. Does that ball have to be caught behind the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, it does. If the ball passes the line of scrimmage, then you drop the flag.
Brody Fry back on here to punt it deep. Very dangerous. Jaden Jones back deep to receive this punt. Standing on his own about 42-yard line, backpedaling a little bit. Melrose not bringing heat. Fry kicks it away. One of the Golden Wildcats took a tumble. Takes a Macon roll inside the 40 and will trickle out of bounds to about the 37-yard line. Good punt for Brody Fry. 1st and 10 Golden Wildcats. And we appreciate Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel. You ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights, you're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality. 1st and 10 Melrose. Jamarian Morrow takes the snap, hands to Brown, right into the teeth of the Macon defense. Maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Really good job by that Macon front 3. That's just simple inside zone. They're running 50. They've got a nose and 2 4 eyes, letting those backers run free. But the 3 down linemen are doing a great job taking on the single block and the double teams, not letting the linemen get up to the second level.
Isaac McClard with another tackle there from Macon. 2nd and 8 here from Melrose. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. 3 receivers set. Zach Borders playing press man on the outside. Snap taken. Morrow being hit in the backfield. He's still on his feet. Gets away. Now he's being chased. Macon pursuing. He's still on his feet. Jamarian Morrow somehow gets 4 on the play. And that is the human joystick. You said it best, Justin. It's like 2004 Michael Vick on Madden. Just all over the field. Should have been a loss of 10. Instead, it's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 3.
This is the first time we've seen it in today's game of him just completely taking over a play that had nothing going on and picking up positive yards.
It is the strength and elusiveness. That is a rare combination to be able to withstand that tackle. Should have been a huge loss, and he makes it 3rd and very manageable. And now we have another timeout as Melrose just a little bit all over the place right now. 1:09 to go here in quarter number 1. We also want to thank one of our new sponsors, Modern Automotive Group. Modern Automotive Group now offers a buy here, pay here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group. Located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is proud sponsor of Macon County football. From all of them at Modern Auto, go Tigers. Right now, defensive battle, guys. Explosive offenses being held in check. One big play, it went Melrose's way. Macon had one, and it ended with a fumble. And we are right where we started at 0-0.
Yeah, no blood so far, but, I mean, as we're sitting, Melrose is just kind of – they've got Macon out of sorts here on offense. If this is a heavyweight fight and first quarter's round one, I'm scoring this one to Melrose so far, even though we both have fumbles, but they've just got Macon kind of on their heels offensively. And props to Macon's defense so far, knock on wood here for our Macon County fans. They've done a relatively good job of containing Morrow. It's a long game. See how much more they can do it.
All it takes is one. And a little surprise, Macon's only been in the wing really on one drive. Mm-hmm. They broke the run for Gabe, fumble. Didn't go back into it. We'll see how long it takes them to get back to it. 3rd and 3, 4-down territory, barring a negative play here for Melrose. They go for it a lot. Why wouldn't you when you have Jamarian Morrow in your backfield? Macon trying to align defensively. A little bit confused. Now they've got him where they want him. Hard count. Nobody moves. 3 down front here for the Tigers. Snap taken. It's off kilter, and it's on the ground, and he is taken down. Disaster averted, but it is a negative play. A loss of 3 as the snap went right in between Morrow and Brown, and the punting unit comes on. Corbin Stevens in the backfield. Nearly a turnover. Instead, it's a punt. And Morrow wants to stay on the field, but it's 4th and 7 on the 40. You got to kick it away, and these co-coaches know it.
Yeah, of course he wants to stay on the field. You know, I mean, and here's the thing: you can tell he's a little frustrated. Things aren't just going as smooth as he wants, and now we got the Borders both drifting back. This is Kyle Shoulders knowing he needs to flip this field position.
Antenna's up for Macon County.
And now Jackson tries to kick it.
I'll get away.
A terrible kick, straight up into the air. But again, takes a Melrose hop inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Now it trickles to the 34. 1st and 10 for the Tigers offense. All right, I offered. And now, Christian, you're going to the timeout chair. Have a nice day.
Is the timeout chair a permanent timeout chair, or is it a
timeout
chair?
It is until you get me on a good day. I have the ultimate power called the band hammer.
He needs to act more like his name.
Drop. And Jacob has the ultimate power as well, and we just
again, you can send
act
your
like an
HR
adult.
complaints to me and
Act like an
we'll get
adult.
trashed.
You'll ignore him.
Yep.
In the gun, Gabe Borders at quarterback, and there he goes on the student body left to the 35, to the 40. Borders will dart out of bounds at the 40, a gain of 7. The third wrinkle, the gun, the wing, and now the Wildcat, or maybe the Tiger Cat for Macon County.
And Macon's going to their bag. They've not had anything going. And Gabe's the best player for you that you have on offense. Just give him a chance to do something.
It is 2nd down and 3, best first down play of the game so far for Macon, and they are not going to snap it again. That will bring us to the end.
He ran out of bounds.
And he did run out of bounds. Thank you very much. High school rules, man, they get me sometimes. In the Wildcat still is Gabe Borders. Takes the snap, going to carry around the right side. Bounces up, taken down a hair short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 to open up quarter number 2. You're watching coverage of the Class 4A State Championship game presented by Citizens Bank, Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, Macon Collision, and Macon Bank and Trust Company on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back into Finley Stadium. A stalemate after 1, 0-0. It's Tigers football, 3rd and 1 when we get back to action. Noah McKay, Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison. You see his arm every once in a while coming in here. Jacob Vincent, our game day host. He'll be back with you during the Happy Hiller halftime show. Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Of course, complete comprehensive coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Michael Lindsay, Goose. If you missed last week's cinematic highlight reel, you need to watch it.
The Goose was loose.
My goodness. And Ben Craven with photos for UpperCumberlandReporter.com as well. And if this goes the way our fan base wants it to, I will have to break out my typing fingers a little bit later on today with some stories. I can do that every once in a while. Guys, very interesting first quarter. Melrose kind of hurting themselves a little bit with the pre-snap penalties. Macon maybe found some stuff. They did break one with the wing tee, but now with Gabe at quarterback in the Wildcat, starting to move the football a little bit.
And both teams have put the ball on the ground once with a fumble from their two best players from each side. So, again, no blood here in the first quarter. With about a minute and a half to go, I was saying that I would have scored it a little advantage to Melrose here in the first quarter. But, Macon got the stop and then a decent gain here. And we've got a 3rd and short here to start the second quarter. So if they pick up this one, get the ball rolling, we'll see.
And you guys talked about it in the pregame show a lot, but this is a Macon County team, very battle-tested.
Yeah.
They had to go on the road into Baxter against the number 1 ranked team in the state. Upperman was wire-to-wire, ranked number 1, undefeated. They beat them. Then they go to a team that blew them out in the regular season, White County, and they flip the script.
And a tough place to play.
And a very tough play. You talk about Billy C. Rogers and then Warrior Stadium in back-to-back weeks. And then you get Anderson County, which was pretty much wire-to-wire after Pearl lost a couple of games, the number 2 ranked team in the state, and survived a shootout with them. Not to mention the regular season games they went through. They have faced more high-quality competition. We'll see if that helps them a little bit here as we move through this game. 3rd down and 1, big play upcoming here. Will they go to the quarterback sneak potentially with Gammon, or do they leave Borders at quarterback? As they break the huddle, they're going to leave Gabe at quarterback.
I was going to say with the sneak, if they're going to cover up the center, that's a tough one to go to. But doesn't matter now.
Gabe at quarterback takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Stutter steps. He got the first down and a lot more to the 50, where he will be cut down, but not before the first down of the game for Macon County.
Yeah, if you would have told me that we were going to say on the first play of the second quarter it was going to be Macon's first down of the game, I would have said they were in trouble. But we're sitting here at 0-0.
And that is James Robinson on the tackle there. And, in that first quarter, guys, Macon County, 49 yards of offense, Melrose 67, but a huge boost, a 48-yard pass for Melrose to Jackson, from Morrow. And now they go into the wing. Under center goes Gammon. First wing Melrose has seen in a long time. Snap taken. Play fake. Gammon's looking to throw. Steps up, now being pressured, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10. Well defended on the back end by the Golden Wildcats, and a smart play by the senior to just step up and eat it.
Yeah, I think you said it perfect. They run the play-action pass, and that's really the only passing game that Macon has. It's all play-action. They don't have any drop back or anything, but nobody bid on it, and if they did, they're fast enough to get back and cover it. Just tuck that one down, get back to the line of scrimmage.
Macon loves to get the cheap ones through the passing game in that way, and now it's the Tiger Cat offense. To Gabe Borders back at quarterback with his twin brother Zach in the backfield. They are into Melrose territory. Snap taken. Gabe's going to keep it around left side. Hurdles over one of his own blockers. Jukes upfield. Gabe's to the 40. Still on his feet to the 35 and cut down, but not before a gain of 16 and a Macon County Tigers first down.
And that's one of those plays I was talking about in pregame. Against almost every other team that Macon's going to play, that one's to the house. This time, Melrose is able to get him on the ground, so just be content with that. But that one was blocked up very well. Gabe had a huge hole to run through. You said he had to hurdle somebody to get going, but very nice blocked up there up front by the Tigers.
James Robinson again with another tackle, making with their best drive of the game so far here as they are to the Melrose 34-yard line, tied up, still in the Wildcat. Gabe takes the snap. Stutter steps, gets forward. Now will be hit hard. Nicely shooting through to make the tackle. I have a suspicion I know who that was.
Well, it looked different.
Yeah, it looked like Jamarian Morrow came through. It's a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. And I'm going to call it the Tiger Cat tonight because obviously they're playing the Wildcats. And now, a little frustration out there shown by this Melrose defense, which is interesting in a tie game. They're playing fairly well on defense with 9:40 to go in half number 1.
Well, I've got an official friend of mine that refereed them in the 3rd round and said there was some fighting amongst each other in that game when they saw that frustration.
Gammon back at quarterback, takes the snap. Typical drop back, firing deep to Gabe Borders, and he can't quite get there. He had him on the deep corner, and he just overthrew him by a step, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
And that's why it's this drive that Macon's gone to the air on times we wouldn't think. You said it had him wide open, just overthrew him a little bit. That's a big play that they would love to have back.
That's a killer route in college football 25. Just rip it right at the pylon.
This high red zone area.
That's exactly right. And it is 4-down territory here for Macon, barring
For
a big negative play, 3rd and 7, so they can keep it on the ground here confidently. And they're going to because Gabe Borders back in the Tiger Cat offense. Gammon's the lone receiver. 7's about to keep the football. Goes around the right side. He's thinking about throwing it, and he will. Gammon is free, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Macon County. Gabe Borders to Luke Gammon. Touchdown, Tigers.
I would have lost every dime I had on that one, on what they're calling sprint out right, one-man route. He wasn't even open. But
to the quarterback.
To the quarterback.
It was a great catch. Morrow came over the top to try and defend it, and Gammon made the catch. It's Borders to Gammon, and the Tigers strike first on a 3rd and 7 pass, and now Eli Gammon on for the extra point. Kicking has been an adventure in the Blue Cross Bowl as the kick is up, and the kick is good. 9:17 to go in quarter number 2. The Tigers strike first, and Justin, really a testament to the amount of different plays Kyle Shoulders can go to. They are a nightmare for opponents to prepare for.
Again, this is something we said last week, Jeremy, and times before. Preparing for this offense with all the different things they can do is impossible, especially when they get in under center and run that wing stuff.
Well, it is, and if you're Melrose and you watch the film and you go, okay, hey, let's chart this. 7 runs. He's the quarterback. He runs 100% of the time. They did this 86 times, and he ran 86 times we're not scared of him passing.
Well, I'll tell you this.
And that's what happens.
That is the 5th passing attempt of the season for Gabe Borders. He's now 3 for 5. That's the longest attempt of the season, and it's his 2nd touchdown, and he has thrown 1 pick. So that is the 5th pass, and Luke Gammon catches it and scores, and that is a huge score for this team. And that is Luke Gammon's first catch of the season. He'd been targeted twice prior to that.
That's a good script, isn't it? Just get your first catch in the championship game.
And now a pooch kick here for Gammon. And now trying to dance around is Melrose to make something happen. They'll be taken down at about the 44 and expect to see that all night long with these very dangerous return men for the Golden Wildcats.
Yeah, you're not kicking it deep to any of these kids.
It is a 1st and 10, and now we'll see what Morrow and company have from the 44. The Tigers have struck first in search of their first state championship in school history. Melrose back here. They have won a couple of state championships. But it's the first time in a long time that they are back here in the lacrosse ball. Here comes the mob. We can hear them despite about 3 panes of glass and 200 yards between us. 3 receivers bunched to the left, 1 to the right. Morrow going to toss it out to Brown. Brown trying to get to the edge. Turns up, and it is spilled out. Not a ton doing there. It gets to about the 45. It's a gain of a yard, and really nicely done. Braylon Flowers escorts him out. Ty Young and Isaac McClard also in the area.
And they went that condensed set, that trips bunch tight with that power toss on the out here. And Flowers did a good job of at least keeping his outside leverage, but they just had a hard time tracking him down. They just ran out of green grass over here to the sideline.
Trips to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd down and 9. I forget the camera's there sometimes. I read a fun comment. They're not happy. Snap taking, going to hand the sweep to Jones. In space, Jones accelerates. There goes Jaden Jones. He'll be taken down, but not before a gain of about 15. Going to bring up 1st and 10 Melrose.
And Melrose here in the first quarter and a half has been a lot of their runs have been to the inside. This is actually where I think they can give Macon a ton of trouble.
Yep.
Get the runs going to the outside with just that speed and athleticism, and then you've got Morrow hitting it inside. That could be a headache.
Remember, you can sync us up audio-wise. If you go to YouTube, our YouTube feed, you can pause it and make sure we're evened up with where it is, or you can pause your TV, vice versa, and just sync it up yourselves as the snaps taken. Ball's on the ground. It is loose, and it's a foot race, and Macon County has the football. Tigers take it back, and we're going the other way. Hunter Griggs on the recovery, and Morrow tried his best to hold back the Tigers from getting it, but Griggs able to wrestle it away. And now another unforced error, just a botched exchange, leads to a 1st and 10 for Macon County.
And you're going to get that sometimes when you're running that read option stuff, the zone read or whatever. Morrow had it in the belly of the running back. He's trying to hold it in there as long as he can. And when he pulled it, the running back thought he had it as well, and they both had the ball. It came out.
And now still in the Tiger Cat offense. Is he going to throw it again? Surely not. Gabe at quarterback. Zach behind him. Snap taken. He's going to give to Zach. Zach with a big hole. He's to the 45. He's to the 40. And he's down to the 34. First down, Macon County. And the Tigers are rolling downhill. Lonnie Tate is down and injured on the sidelines. Oh, he went down. My apologies. And then he got back up. Maybe a little we've seen this a few times this year.
Watching Ole Miss a little
from
bit.
Melrose,
You know?
a little bit of a down and up.
Trying to stop the play? I didn't see
it. They went down in Haywood a couple of times, and you would have thought that there was a homicide on the field. I mean, my goodness. They were rolling around, and then one play later.
Hey, I'm a firm believer. If you're going to go down, let's make it worth it.
As a
Let's make it
diehard
count.
Tennessee fan, you just got to give thoughts and prayers to
Exactly.
the one lineman who goes down every time we score quickly. I went to the Vanderbilt game last week, and this kid was down for like easily 8 minutes. And they wouldn't go to break. And Heupel started to walk out.
Human Roth or whatever?
Yes, and then Heupel started to walk out, and then he turned around and waited more, and then finally decided they weren't going to go to break. And so it was literally 8 minutes where he was down on the field. It's hilarious.
I wonder what the conversation is while you're laying on your back. It's like, hey.
I don't think you can repeat it.
Where are we getting dinner at after we're done?
But, hey, guys, huge opportunity for Macon County. This is what Kyle Shoulders told me on Monday they wanted to do, put a little bit of pressure, put a little bit of adversity on this Melrose team, and we know how dangerous this Tigers team is when they start rolling downhill.
Yeah, and what they can do on offense is, again, I mean, they've thrown the ball a little more here today than I thought they would, but they can really, like, suffocate the ball, take the air out of it, and just snap it late on the play clock and limit Melrose's possessions here in the second half and the rest of this first half.
They have moved Morrow down into the box defensively as they're going to stay with Gabe at quarterback. First and 10 Tigers from the Melrose 34. Low snap, Gabe has it. Gets behind the blocker, spins off of a tackler. There goes Gabe to the 25 and down. A gain of 9, and it's 2nd and 1. Gabe Borders, in his final high school game, has arrived at Finley Stadium.
And this one's playing out just like I thought. Like we said all in pregame of some of these runs that we're used to seeing them go to the house. They're getting chopped down a little bit, but you just keep taking what is there if you're making just over and over and over again. They're having a hard time getting lined up and just getting the run game fit with that extra blocker in the box.
Party makes the stop, 2nd and 1 rather, snap taken. Gabe's going to keep it again. He's got the first down and plenty more. He's to the 15. Dances up, and he's still on his feet to the 12. Tripped up and taken down there, but another big gain of 10-plus for Gabe Borders, and a Macon County first down there to the 12 with a 7-0 lead. Braylon Green there on the tackle.
Again, Gabe doing Gabe things, making people miss, being decisive, running the ball, and Melrose is definitely on their heels here.
It is 1st and 10 for Macon from the 12. There are 6:49 to go. Melrose will get the second half kickoff. They've been very good in the postseason in end of half and end of game situations because Morrow has a little bit of space to operate. Gabe remains at quarterback, takes the snap, gives to Zach. Zach with 2 blockers in front to the 10, to the 5. Zach Borders gets tattooed and somehow is not knocked out. It is a first down for Macon County, and Zach Borders is very hobbled, and he took a headshot on that play.
That's targeting on Saturday. I'm telling you right now. That was a vicious hit from Morrow.
I think I saw his earpiece come flying out of his
Morrow
helmet.
came in and just right to the side of Zach Borders' head, and he is down, and the training staff is out. He was on his knees and then laid down, clearly woozy.
He's probably not playing the rest of the game.
And the timeout's going to be called on the field. It is a media timeout. We will take it with them as trainers attend to Zach Borders, who's being helped back up to his feet. Very good thing to see for number 4, and he is running off the field under his own power, and he's telling the trainers, no, it's my leg, man. I promise, it's my leg.
My pinky toe.
We'll be back in a minute here in the Class 4A State Championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Modern Automotive Group now offers a Buy Here, Pay Here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group, located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is a proud supporter of Macon County football and Tiger athletics all year long. From all of us at Modern Automotive Group, go Tigers!
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank & Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank & Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back. First and goal from the 2-yard line here for Macon County as they go under center in the wing T. Luke Gammon.
takes the snap, gives to Brennan Flowers, who barrels forward. Push backwards. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Macon County. The sophomore power back, Brennan Flowers, takes it in, and the Tigers capitalize on the turnover. It's 13-0. And good news, as we mentioned going to break, Zach Borders ran off the field under his own power. Don't know if he will return or not. He got his bell rung, let's be honest, a pretty dirty hit as he was going towards the end zone. Right to the side of the head. Snap for Gammon. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. And with 6:17 to go in the first half, Macon County has taken a 14-0 lead over Melrose. Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers, Citizens Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Not the perfect start offensively for Macon, but they have roared to life, and they have really found something with the Tiger Cat look of Gabe Borders at quarterback.
Yeah, and I mean, it's similar to what you get from Melrose, even though it's not Wildcat. That's what Morrow is. He's just a running back there playing Wildcat. And you're just, your last game of the season, you're wanting to put the ball in the hands of your best player and say, hey, go make it or not, and we'll see what we can do around you.
We'll see if the microphone reaches Hallie after this kickoff. We'll kick it down to her. She has eyes on Zach Borders, and we'll see what he's doing. He's very far away from us up here in the booth. So, Hallie, if you want to get to a clear spot, maybe over about the 20-yard line to your left.
He was on the sideline just a second ago, not with his helmet in his hand.
Pooch kick for Eli Gammon again. Fielded at the 35-yard line. They're looking to reverse field. Blockers in front. And what a tackle. I mean, a tremendous tackle by Bradley Crawford, a sophomore. It is the first time I have called Bradley Crawford's name this season, and he may have just saved a touchdown as they were trying to reverse field, and it was blocked up. But it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34 for the Melrose offense. Hallie, what do you have on Zach Borders?
He was sitting down for a minute, but they checked him out a little bit. He drank some water, stood back up, doesn't have his helmet with him, but he is walking along the sidelines.
Thank you, Hallie Ledbetter, down there on the sideline. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, working right to left of the Golden Wildcats, who now find themselves in a big hole. Snap taken from Morrow. He's going to fire the hitter to Jones. Jones cuts up and will be cut down. Ty Young, who made the game-saving play a week ago against Anderson County on the 2-point conversion.
He's in.
Breaks him down after a gain of 2, and there is Zach Borders. It was definitely his leg, guys.
Yeah, you know. You retape your ankle there and you get back in.
I will say this.
Smelling salt.
He never got knocked out. We know that. He was back on his knees. I mean.
Good for him.
You smack those birdies around your head and you get back in.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's fine. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Morrow on a 2nd and 8. Macon's loading up, showing that mid-blitz, zero blitz. Snap taken. Morrow, he's going to carry it the whole way around the left side. Being pressured, being hit, being sacked. Matthew Wheely, Ty Young make the stop. It's a big loss. And, guys, in the regular season, Morrow only ran for 549 yards. That's a big reason. There's a lot of negative plays, as this is going to be a 3rd and 15 for Melrose.
Yeah, and those – you're talking about the negative plays. Those are just times where he's trying to make something happen and maybe it's not there. He went to throw that now screen, and the corner just jumped it over here and didn't give him a chance, so he took off and tried to make something that wasn't there.
The Melrose faithful, who were all on their feet earlier, there's still a good amount of them on their feet, but some of them sat down and they're scrolling their phones at the moment. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Morrow, he could still get this. Takes the snap, dropping back. Fires, he's hit as he throws, and the receiver's there, and he makes the catch. And what a catch it is down the middle of the field by number 88. And we don't have an 88 on the roster. It is 88, and there is no 88 on the official roster. First down, Melrose to the 48.
Michael Irvin on the catch.
I doubt it's Michael Irvin, but maybe he has some eligibility left out there.
That's the only 88 I could come up with.
1st and 10. That's a big pitch and catch there for Melrose as he got open in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and Macon dialed up pressure to heat up Morrow, and he was able to slip in behind that pressure.
And they're showing pressure again. Morrow takes the snap. They're bringing it. He gives to Brown. Brown able to get forward. He's a physical runner. Brings that presence to him for a very fast football team. Gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6. And it's Jarlando Stows, a junior, who makes the catch on that one. I mean, this is the roster from TLSAA. It's not on there. Isaac McClard makes the tackle. Thank you, Jacob.
And on that third down conversion play, they just hit that inside seam for number 3, and Macon didn't have him covered at all. Good read for Morrow to pick him up and get the ball out.
And there is some of that. You have to abandon some people in the secondary if you're trying to get a kid like Jamarian Morrow on the ground. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Morrow. It's 2nd down and 6. Melrose needs an answer. 3:24 to go. Snap taken. Morrow's going to keep it himself. Cuts upfield. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet. What a player this young man is. He'll finally be brought down, but not before a gain of 10 and a Melrose Golden Wildcats first down. They would love to go 2 for 1. 3:13 to go in half number 1. Bo Warner finally gets him down.
Here's what's so impressive about watching him. He's getting hit 5 and 6 yards behind of where he's eventually going down. He's got a really good center of gravity, keeping his legs moving.
You recruit him at Tech? You'd have no chance of getting him.
Yeah, you throw him an offer.
You get him a Ralph's Donuts gift cards.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Please come to Tech. Snap taken, dropping back is Morrow. Now he's going to tuck it. Now fires it, it's incomplete. And they hit a lot of big plays that way. He was looking for Brown, who kind of leaked out, but it was well short, and it's 2nd and 10.
And that's something there for Macon defensively. Brown blocked. And then as Morrow rolled out, the guy defending Brown came off of Brown to come try to get Morrow on the ground, and he's just going to dump it to him. So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You coming up to get Morrow, or are you going to let it? It's just tough.
Hallie, by the way, click the goal to go. It's still on. So you got the down right, but it's not 2nd and goal. No problem. 2nd and 10 here. It's the only way I can talk to Hallie right now on air. So trips out to the right. She's running the scoreboard down there on the sideline. Thank you very much, ma'am. As Morrow's going to be the quarterback. And early movement, they let it go. Fire the screen, and it's way overthrown. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. And Macon now hunting a big stop. 2:34 to go, trying to add on a little bit potentially.
Well, I think if you're Melrose, they're probably thinking they're in 4-down territory with any positive pickup here.
Friendly reminder, the scoreboard is on the screen. It is right. It even has the down and distance on it. As I mentioned, Hallie's doing a good job with it. And now we got a whistle and some confusion for Melrose with 28 on the play clock. And now they're bringing a towel out for Morrow. No, it's his glove. He needed a new glove, which means he's about to go to receiver. Yep. And Tavarco Jackson will be at quarterback. He started the year at quarterback. Morrow missed several games with an injury. Then he got in there, and they took off like a rocket. Haven't lost since. Outside of one game against Southwind.
He's over here looking. They've got press men. They're just going to throw
Braylon Flowers against him. Snap taken. Jackson play fake. Fires. He's hit in the backfield. He's still looking to throw. Go! They rule him down. They rule him down. Braden Hassey had it.
They're wrong.
There were arms all over Jackson.
He
tried to throw it. He did throw it. It was going to be the easiest pick six of the lifetime of Killian Jetton. And instead, a punt, as it's a huge sack. And he was trying to throw it still, Jeremy. He's not down.
That is absolutely the wrong call. You know, if they want to rule forward, they may have ruled forward progress. But to me, if he's trying to make a play, you let him try to make the play.
He was hit in the backfield, being pushed backwards, and he has his arm up trying to throw it and just chucked it into the air. And it was picked, and it was going to go 55 yards. And instead, it's punting time, and Gabe Borders back deep to receive. Jackson going to punt it. He's looking to fake it. Rolls out to his right. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Incomplete, Macon County football. And now we have extracurriculars and a flag, and that is one of the dumbest play calls I've seen in a long time on 4th and 20.
So now you're going to give it to Macon midfield, barring this penalty.
And it was on the outside. This would not be a possession-changing penalty, but it could give them a chance potentially. I think it was holding. Maybe on both teams. It's an eligible man downfield against Melrose. That is declined. And it is 1st and 10 Macon. They could have pinned them with 1:41 to go. They faked it, and now Macon only has to go 54 yards. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's bad coaching.
I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, and one thing Coach Scholl, you know, we've talked about is just undisciplined football, and you see that on the field and from the sidelines.
Watch out. Gabe and Zach Borders back in the backfield, and Zach's probably a little ticked off after the headshot he took out there. Snap taken. Gabe's going to keep it. Gabe around the left side. He bounces upfield. Gabe Borders behind the blocker, just kind of dancing there, and he couldn't quite get free. He'll be brought down after a gain of 3. Make it 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. The ball came out way late. 1:24 and counting to play here in half number 1.
You know, I know obviously you'd love to go score quick if you're Macon, but going into this thing up 14-0 is probably right where you want to be at.
Julius Fletcher. And by the way, one of the Upperman fans say they ran a fake in the state championship game last year. We all thought they should have ran that fake last year. That fake here made absolutely 0 sense, and see if Macon can make them pay. Nearing a minute to play in half number 1, they go under center in the wing T. Snap taken. Underneath to Zach Borders.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's in front of him. He's to the 45-40. Zach's to the 35 and down to the 31. A gain of 21 yards and another Macon County first down. With 49 seconds to go, they'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Macon County sitting currently with 2 timeouts remaining.
Yep, absolutely. Got to go quick, though.
They go under center again. 37, 36, 35. Snap taken. Same play. Underneath to Zach Borders. Same result. He's to the 25, and he will get out of bounds. A gain of 11 to the 20. Here comes Macon. They're fueling themselves. They're rolling downhill. Melrose is chirping each other. They ran a fake punt that didn't have a chance on this planet of succeeding, and you can feel it in the air. There's no energy on this side of the field. It's all with the mob who's in the sunlight on the other side.
My question here is, at what yard line do you need to be at to even consider a field goal from Gammon?
Oh, you're already there. Absolutely. He's got 50-yard range. They would feel comfortable inside of 40. They are there now.
Timeout.
And Melrose burns a timeout because they were probably about to run the same play. And Coach Morrow knows it. Burns his timeout. Guys, 27 seconds. Pretty much.
2
And
timeouts.
Jacob's here, and he'll talk about it during the Happy Hiller halftime show. Exactly what we expected. Macon County leaning on their preparation, leaning on their structure. Melrose, we've seen the flashes of big plays, but that consistency hasn't been there, the consistency you need to win a game like this.
Yeah, Jeremy, there's a lot of things we can talk about here at halftime, but just some of the undisciplined football, some of the penalties you're going to have, and just some head-scratching things that you've seen from the coaching staff.
And real quick, Macon Collision is your hometown stop for all your collision repair needs. They are proud to accept and work with all insurance companies. Stop by and see them at 2330 Salina Road in Red Bowling Springs, or visit them online on Facebook for more information. Macon Collision is proud to support the Macon County Tigers all year long. And this broadcast on the UCR Media Network, Go Tigers. On behalf of Justin and myself, we want to thank a ton of businesses in Lafayette who've been tremendous to us as we've tried to put a big spotlight on this run the Tigers are on. Thank you very much for making it possible for us to be here. Our 5 presenting sponsors today, all the other sponsors you hear from during the broadcast as we get back to action. 27 seconds, Macon with 2 timeouts remaining, Melrose with none. It is 1st and 10 from the 20, working left to right. Gammon under center, takes the snap, going to pitch it to Gabe. Gabe thinking about throwing. Instead, he's just going to stretch it outside. Breaks a tackle. Now dances upfield to the 20, and they'll have to burn the timeout as he's pushed down at the 19. Kyle Shoulders calls the timeout. A couple of seconds tick off, still ticking down. Should be about 19 seconds to go. It's still running, but they'll reset it. We'll see where they reset it to.
And that's when, if you're Gabe, when it's not there, you may just look at throwing that one out of bounds again. It's easy for me to say that.
He's not a quarter, or just running out of bounds. As
Yeah.
Lonnie Tate makes the tackle there. So you mentioned Eli Gammon. A field goal here would be huge for Macon. Make it a 3-possession game. Yep. Melrose gets the ball to start the second half. But Macon's offense is showing big signs of life here in the wing T offense and that Wildcat. And they reset the game clock to 16 seconds. Still 1 timeout left for Kyle Shoulders. They can still run the football here if they want to. They would love 7, but 3 gets a lot done.
Like you said, getting into a 3-score game, Melrose is going to get the ball to start the second half. So it doesn't make it over by any means, but you just, again, shorten the possessions here in the second half.
We will have the Happy Hiller halftime show. Our game day host, Jacob Vinson, will return to the headset. He'll recap the first half with these two. And then I'll come back as we get into the third quarter. Hallie will bring a report. She'll get Kyle Shoulders as he either goes into or leaves the locker room. Very interesting half number 1. A huge opportunity for momentum for Macon, who has been just gifted things from Melrose this afternoon. Fumble. You got fumbles. One of the worst fake punt calls I've ever seen in my life. No offense.
Should have been a pick 6.
Should have been a pick 6 before that fake punt call. It was like, oh, we're sorry about that. We'll just give it to you. It's going to be. And really, the reason we're harping on it, how much time was left? You could have made them try to go 80 yards in a minute as opposed to 40.
And now they got a chance for points.
And now they're going to go into the Wildcat with Gabe at quarterback. They've had no answer for this. Never mind, they will not. Gammon is under center, takes the snap. He's going to pitch it out to Gabe Borders. Borders trying to get the edge, and he'll be taken down. The ball popped out, but it went out of bounds. And they're going to rule him. They stopped the clock. Is it a timeout? Is it a fumble? They're spotting it at the 18, and it is a timeout called by Macon County. 9 seconds to go. Maybe Eli Gammon time here for the Tigers.
Yeah, if it's me and you feel comfortable with it, you're kicking this one because anything tackled inbounds, you're going to halftime.
And they are on the left hash at the 18-yard line. That's a 35-yard attempt for Eli Gammon. Now remember, you have seen teams get bitten by this. Yesterday in the 5A state championship game, Page attempted a field goal in the final minute at the first half. It was blocked and returned for a touchdown. Sevier County ultimately wins that game. Eli Gammon on the season, 2 for 2 on field goals. He's 66 of 73 PATs, which the fact that he's attempted 73 PATs tells you about the offense that this Macon County offense or Tigers team has.
You know, it's funny about...
And he is coming onto the field to kick it.
A missed extra point he had against Upperman that probably motivated them for this run right here.
It was a big deal.
It's a huge negative, but you turn it into a positive.
Big
Look where they're at.
Kick here to try and stretch it to 3 scores from the left hash. Gabe Borders the holder, and it is a 35-yard attempt for the junior kicker, Eli Gammon. Lines it up. No wind to speak of. Good snap. Good hold. The kick is low. It is on its way, and it is good. A big-time kick for Eli Gammon, and with 4 seconds to go in quarter number 2, it is 17-0, Macon County out in front.
Yeah, and that's something you just hit on is puzzling them going with that. Look, honestly, I don't care if they go for it. Why would you take number 2 out of the game anyway? But they got the ball at the minus 46-yard line with 1:41 to go and 2 timeouts, and you gave them a chance to make it a 3-score game right here, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
And 3 straight possessions, 3 straight scoring drives from Macon. That one probably could have been a touchdown drive if the clock wasn't where it was. The offense cooking here in quarter number 2. They didn't have a first down in quarter number 1. Very different. We mentioned the stats, how even they were. Now, not as much. 185 total yards to 94 in favor of the Tigers from Lafayette. And now Gammon has one job. Do not let this thing be returned.
Right. Well, and on the last one, they kicked it, blooped over here, and he was reversing field.
He can kick it out of here. He has 4 touchbacks on the season. They would love one of those here. He's just got a little onside blooper potentially. Melrose has it. They will have to take a second off the clock. It runs down to 0. He fielded it on the ground. So they have to put a little time here, I would imagine. Nope. They're just going to call it the end of the half. 4 seconds off the clock on a kickoff that was fielded on the ground.
I mean, good for Macon County there, but how in the world?
Thank you very much. At the end of one half, Macon County leads 17-0. All Tigers in quarter number 2. When we come back, it'll be the Happy Hiller halftime show. Our game day host, Jacob Vincent, will take this headset and recap the first half, go through the stats, the scoring, and much more. Here from Chattanooga after 2. It's Tigers 17, Golden Wildcats 0. This is the Class 4A state championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Macon Collision is your hometown stop for all your collision repair needs. They're proud to accept and work with all insurance companies. Stop by and see them at 2330 Salina Road in Red Bowling Springs, or visit them on Facebook at Macon Collision for more information. Macon Collision is proud to support the Macon County Tigers all year long and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Go Tigers!
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Golf Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the $290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in Macon, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
Welcome back into Chattanooga. It is halftime here in Chattanooga. Our halftime score 17-0 in favor of the Macon County Tigers. Jacob Vincent alongside Justin Matheny. And kind of what we expected first half, and a really strong first half for the Macon County Tigers. Took them a little bit, kind of that first half of the first quarter, able to settle in after that early fumble.
Yeah, 0-0 locked up after one. Macon goes on to score 17 here in the second quarter to have this 17-0 lead. And if you're Macon, this first half, and especially the second quarter, could not have gone any better. Exactly how you would have scripted it, how you wanted it to go, moving the ball out of different offensive packages, personnels, formation, getting under center and some of that wing stuff, getting in some Tiger Cat offenses, as Noah called it, and just running some of the option read game out of the gun.
And offensively for Melrose, they can't do anything right now. They've run 24 plays, only 94 yards of total offense, 24 yards on the ground. They've got 70 yards through the air, and obviously they had the one big pass play, and that was about it. They had the fumble shortly after that, and Macon County was able to get the football back. So defensively, the Tigers, again, they gave up that big pass play, but ever since then, Melrose hadn't been able to do anything. We saw Jamarian Mario get loose a couple of times, but hadn't been able to do enough to really get a huge pickup here in that first half.
Yeah, and going into pregame and watching Melrose throughout the week on tape here, that was my concern for Macon when the construct of the play breaks down and Mario just starts doing his thing. They've really done a good job getting people to the ball around him. Jeremy said it. It probably stands out the most to me in the first half, the backside pursuit, where he has been able to reverse field and get upfield and gash people when he's scrambling. It's just not been there. He's not been able to shake free. Now, when he is running the ball north and south, and he's hard to bring down. He falls forward. He turns his legs. He's shifty. He's slippery. It's just hard for one or multiple guys to bring him down. But he's put the ball on the ground a couple times. It's really hurt him.
You got to give a credit to Coach Shoulders in adjusting his play calling as well. They come out not in the wing tee, essentially go right into the wing tee. They have then transferred over to, like Noah's calling it, the Tiger Cat with Gabe Borders there at quarterback. And ever since then, they've had a lot of success running the football, 24 carries for 153 yards now. Obviously, they also completed the pass. Gabe Borders to Luke Gammon in the end zone. How about the first half from both Luke Gammon and Eli Gammon, a couple of extra points, and the 35-yard field goal right before the halftime?
Yeah, and, here in a state championship game, empty the kitchen sink, go for broke. They're in the Tiger Cat, roll out, throw it up. He's not open. Morrow's got him blanketed.
He's right there.
He threw it up to him anyway, and Gammon went and made a play. Whoop. That's something he's going to be able to tell his grandkids about one day, about going up and taking one from a guy going to A&M, and no telling the career Morrow will have from here on out. But, like you said, again, we hit on this going into to halftime. What was Melrose doing there with 1:41 to go on the clock in the second half at midfield to run the fake punt? If you're going to go for it, just go for it. Line up and go for it. Give yourself a chance. They don't.
And that was after they got gifted the ball back. It should have been a pick six.
For something. That was going Macon's way. It could be easily 21-0 here, but as we sit 17-0, it's just really a head scratcher right there of what you're thinking calling that one. Anyway, gave Macon the ball there right at midfield, chance to go down. And if you're not deep into football, you think, well, they just got a field goal out of it. What makes it important is it's a 3-score game.
Yep.
Melrose has got to get the ball and they've got at least 3 times and score points on those possessions to even tie this one up.
Once again, this is the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. Our halftime score, 17-0. About 5 minutes to go before the end of this halftime. Let's go through some of these stats. 17-0, 8 first downs for Macon County, 6 of them for Melrose, but the total offense are the big numbers right now. 27 plays for 185 yards for Macon County, 24 plays for just 94 yards for Melrose. Obviously, they were able to complete the one pass so far for the touchdown to Luke Gammon. They have had to punt it away a couple of times, and they had a couple of good punts, 36.5 yards they're averaging. They're winning the time of possession, 12 minutes, 16 seconds to 11 minutes, 44 seconds. 2 for 5 on third downs. Melrose also 2 for 5 on third downs. Big key in here, though. 2 for 2 in the red zone. Melrose 0 for 1 as they had the fumble deep in there. Gabe Borders, 14 carries for 90 yards in the first half. Zach Borders, 6 carries for 61 yards. And then Brennan Flowers had the couple of carries for 3 yards and the touchdown there in that first half. Gabe threw the pass for 32 yards to Luke Gammon for the touchdown. Defensively, Ty Young leading the way with 6 tackles. He has half a sack. And Corbin Stevens has 5 tackles and 1 sack. Isaac McClard with 4 tackles in there as well. Coming up here in the second half, you're leading 17-0. If you're Coach Shoulders, what is your message to the team in the halftime?
Well, finish. That's got to be what you're talking about. And you can't – here's something that I've heard preached. We did it at Tech, especially when Coach Satterfield was there. You don't look at the scoreboard. You come out here and you play as hard as you will, and you hear it say it's 0-0 at halftime. But the fact that you're up 17-0 cannot affect how you play. You can't play any less confident or any less aggressive. And I think that's the balancing act that Coach Shoulders is going to have to play right here and staying aggressive and trying to protect that lead. But you want your guys to go out there just playing as hard as they can, as lubed up, as aggressive as they can up and down the field. And you just continue to pick your spots and take your shots and get after them here in the second half.
Just a few minutes before halftime, we'll take a final break. When we come back, second half on the other side, Noah McKay will throw the headset back on as the Macon County Tigers lead it here in the Class 4A State Championship, 17-0. Today's broadcast presented by Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision. Appreciate all of those sponsors for making this broadcast possible. I'll be back in the postgame, and hopefully it'll be a joyous postgame coming up in a little bit. 17-0, our halftime score. You're listening to the Class 4A State Championship right here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality Family of Services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Can I use your shower again? I can't find anyone to fix it over the weekend.
Yeah, but you should have just called my guy. Hey, Greg.
What's up, Luke?
Can you fix the shower today?
Absolutely.
Even on Sunday?
Of course. No one should go without water. That's why we're here for you. 24/7, 365.
You look ridiculous.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium two-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Welcome back as we gear up for the second half here at Finley Stadium. Macon County with a 17-0 lead, but a lot of football to be played. Teams going through their mandatory 3-minute warm-up period. Hallie Ledbetter caught up with Kyle Shoulders on his way out of the locker room. Hallie, what did Coach have to say?
He said going into the third quarter, they've not done much celebration the past 4 games. They're going into the third quarter with a little bit of excitement, but the game's not over. They got to do exactly what they did in that second quarter. They're coming out on defense. They're playing very strong. He thinks that as long as they continue that strong defensive play, that they'll be good.
Thank you, Hallie. And, guys, he hits the nail on the head, obviously, the second quarter. First quarter, a little bit weird. Just both teams, Melrose looked like they were going to strike. They fumble it. Then Macon fumbles back. And then it kind of turned into a normal football game for one team. Macon County doing Macon County things. Melrose has been getting away with making a lot of mistakes and leaving the door open for teams. In that second quarter, Macon County said thank you very much. But can't let your guard down, Justin, especially with a kid like Demarion Morrow on the other side.
Yeah, this one comes down to me as much as anything is just coaching. And I know we hit on it on our postgame show a couple times last week, just the quality and caliber of coaches we have in the Upper Cumberland. Our area, our region gets overlooked for a lot of things in a lot of different areas of life, but we've got as good a group of coaches in that area that run programs the way you're supposed to run them and build them in the high school. And I think that's shown up as much today as anything.
I was going to say one thing that gets overshadowed as well is Macon County at 6 years old, middle school level, JV, they all run the same scheme. So, the coaches get together and they just teach this. And now that you're a senior, you've been doing the same thing for 6 or 7 or 8 years, and it shows. That very, very effective. And Melrose is shook. trying to stop it.
And Gabe Borders in that first half, he really took over in the second quarter. 14 carries for 90 yards, 6.4 yards per carry. Zach, 6 for 61 and 10.2 yards per carry. Braylon Flowers caught a touchdown pass, Luke Gammon caught a touchdown pass. Brennan Flowers ran one in, and then a field goal for Eli Gammon was the difference. Macon County's going to kick it away to open the second half. Antennas up. Eli Gammon, an onside kick artist. Will he break it out here, kicking left to right? 2 quarters to decide a state champion, and Gammon is going to onside kick it. It'll be fielded by Melrose at the 49, and he will just fall on it. So good field position for the Golden Wildcats, and this is a pivotal drive for them. Macon's offense found its rhythm. The Golden Wildcats had to find a way to get points here if they want a chance. And by the way, that time when a player fell on the kickoff, it took 1 second off the clock instead of 4.
Not a lot of consistency here.
But that was a net benefit for Macon County, so good call.
Sometimes as an official, you got to get to the restroom.
Morrow at quarterback. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Has the shotgun snap. Gives to Brown. Brown hitting the backfield. He dives forward to get a couple of yards, but it'll be 2nd and 8. And Macon County has sold out to stop the run. Braden Hassey makes the stop there. They are daring Melrose to try and throw it. They are bringing the heat on every single snap.
Yeah, I think that's 100% what you do at this point in the game. Just dare them to throw it. And something interesting that I just saw, they ran their center over to the sideline, their quarterback and a run back. Center comes up. He's giving them a line a call. Quarterback's giving everybody else a call.
I found myself squinting again. Probably put your glasses on, genius. 2 receivers each way. That's better. For Morrow. Macon shows blitz. They bring it again. Morrow trying to carry on the right side. Puts his foot in the ground. Gets forward. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 3 here. Corbin Stevens there on the tackle. Make it 3rd and 4.
And something the 2 ball carriers in the backfield for Melrose do really well. They fall forward. They drive forward. That's something that I've seen so far.
Going quickly here. Melrose needs points. Down 17-0 in the state title game. Morrow takes the snap, gives to Brown. Brown up the middle, breaks a tackle, and carries a defender. He gets just enough to move the chains on a Golden Wildcats. First down, 10:42 to go in quarter number 3. Braden Hassey there again on the stop.
No, you said it. Melrose has got to go quick. They've not had an answer for Macon County since the second quarter, and to see how much time that Macon can bleed off the clock, they're going to have to score and score fast.
Yeah, Macon hasn't had to break out the 10-minute offense, but they certainly have the 10-minute offense if they need it. Trips to the right, one to the left for Morrow, and they are having to get real close to each other to hear. The Macon mom making a ton of noise, and they're on that right hash closer to him. Snap taken, Morrow dropping back. He's going to run it the entire time, and he's caught in the backfield and brought down. A great tackle made by Corbin Stevens, and it is a loss of a half a yard.
It's one thing we've talked about, that backside pursuit again, and just really playing your lane, assignment football, and they're Macon's putting on a clinic right now.
It is 2nd down and 11 now for Melrose. Under 9:40 to play in quarter number 3. It's 17-0 Tigers. Now they show no blitz, just 3 down linemen. Morrow has the snap, drops back. He's being pressured, gets away from 1, now bounces the outside. Look out, there's Jamarian Morrow to the 40, to the 30, and he darts out of bounds at the 25. First time they haven't brought pressure in a while, and Morrow makes them pay as it's a Melrose first down.
Yeah, and those are the things he does off script. That was a throw, wasn't there. He just tucked it and ran, and that's the first time he'd really broken contain and hurt Macon today.
Melrose is really lucky to get away with a hold there. I'll tell you, 55 had his guy bottled up, and Morrow came off his hip. He didn't let him go and held him back. Lucky that flag wasn't thrown. 1st and
10, best drive so far for Melrose. It came after good position, I should say. Handoff to Brown. Nice cut to the outside. Brown to the 20. Still on his feet to the 15. Hurdles to the 10. Carrying defenders forward. Ryan Brown to the end zone. Touchdown, Melrose. What a run. The Golden Wildcats needed a scoring drive, and they get one as it's 17-6.
And you asked me about what would Coach Shoulder's game plan be here in the second half. That's the exact answer that Melrose needed, though, coming out of halftime. Just to get the ball, they got it at midfield with the onside kick and go down and score quick.
And on that play again, 55, bear hugs his guy. That's something the officials are going to have to pay attention to. 2 plays in a row. Melrose, 2 of their top 3 plays in the entire game, and 55 just locking his guy up.
And
Brown bounced right out where that block was. The kicking game has largely been a mess this year for Melrose. They'll try it here with Sereno. Sometimes it's very good, sometimes not so hot. The hold is down, and this one nearly blocked, but the kick is good. Matthew Wheely almost rejected it, but what a drive from Melrose. They had to have it. They get it. Macon still with a 2-score lead, hence the importance that we talked about, that scoring drive for the Tigers at the end of the half. But now their offense will look to extend the drive here and maybe answer back with a score of their own.
Well, and like you said, now the pressure's on the Macon sideline a little bit. They've finally been hit with some adversity there from Melrose. How do they answer? Antennas up here on the kickoff. No telling what this is going to look like. Kickoff upcoming here. They kick it in a bunch of different ways. We've seen some onside kicks, the squib kicks, pooch kicks. Their one kickoff so far, they did kick it to Gabe Borders. They were able to get him down with no gain on the return. Sereno on to kick it from the 40-yard line, and they're out of position. I mean, this team's super athletic, Justin, but it is a mess. I mean, it is
a mess.
It's tough to watch.
They don't know what's going on. It's the state championship game. That is a testament to their athleticism and the path. Macon County, though, trying to hold them at bay. Morrow and Brown starting to get rolling. It is a little squibber up the middle. It'll be fielded and just going down wisely. For Macon County, it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers, as that one was fielded by a name we'll talk about, Dakota Ridgeway. Plays on defense for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the 30. See where they put this down. 38-yard line, working left to right on your screen. Macon County in white, Melrose in tan. One of the big defensive tackles, a later arriver here for the Golden Wildcats. And they are going to go under center in the wing offense. And actually, this is the I formation. Another new wrinkle. Snap taken. Gammon, hands off. Behind 2 blockers is Zach Borders. He'll be ripped down about the 45. Impressive that Zach is in here. He took a headshot in half number 1. Julius Fletcher makes the tackle.
A kill shot, really. I mean that was smacked. But something I've not seen Macon do, they lined up in 2 tight I formation, running off tackle power here, blocking down, pulling a guard, and again.
They pulled a Sparta and an Upperman there.
Yeah.
We'll start pulling blockers around here.
And we're getting it again.
They're going back into the eye. Gabe Borders on the outside all alone. Gammon under center. Takes the snap. Same play. Right to Zach. And Zach Borders gets loose. He's to the 45 and down. A first down for Macon County. A gain of 10+. They move into Melrose territory. Yeah. Lonnie Tate there on the stop.
And just something, I'm not sure how far Melrose went back. I've not seen them run this, but something they're going to have to get adjusted to on the fly. And it's something that Coach Shoulders does. We see a lot of first half offense and then second half offense. Is he doing a little bit of that here as well?
Lonnie Tate, actually, did not make the tackle. He is out of the game right now. They're looking at him in the tent on the sidelines. Back under center. Why not? It's a state championship game. You got it in your bag, you better bring it out. Brennan Flowers is the fullback. Zach Borders is the running back, and now they'll run it left. Zach Borders gets to the 40 and down, a gain of 4, and Macon County loves that. 4 yards, down the field, drain the clock, score again, and make this game short.
And just remember, in that formation as well, you've got Gabe Borders on single coverage on the outside. So when you want to take your shot, you can take the ball to your best player on a one-on-one, and I'll take a one-on-one with Gabe Borders 100 times out of 100. Except for this play.
Now it's Braylon Flowers, who's pretty good in his own right, out to the left. Under center is Gammon, 9 on the play clock. Gammon takes the snap, going to turn and hand off again. This is Gabe Borders, dances around again, now just back pedals forward. The pile-up arrives, trying to rip it out. Forward progress is stopped. Gain of 3, 3rd and 3 in 4-down territory for Macon, and we are already nearing 6:50 to play in quarter number 3. Caden Harris makes the tackle.
Yeah, and they've ran power to the right twice, power to the left once right here, or twice.
And here comes Zach back onto the field, both 7 and 4 out there at the same time. So for all that chatter online about how Macon, all they do is run the football, it'll be pretty multiple running the football. They're going to have to go quickly here, though. 14 seconds when they have the huddle. They break it with 10.
3rd down and 3. Big play. Kyle Shoulders working his way towards the official. 5 on the play clock. Gammon gets the snap with 2. Turns and hands off to Zach Borders up the middle. They stand him up. 4-down territory here in a huge 4th down play, but we've got a late flag coming in here. Gabe Borders is livid. Who's this on? And I think it's on Melrose by their reaction. And it wouldn't surprise me if we had a little extracurriculars. It was going to be 4th and 1. This is a huge call. Of course, could be on either team. Could be offsetting. Long discussion. Could take a 4th and 1 and turn it into the red zone for Macon County. They're on the 35 right now. And we got a long discussion.
You know, you got to realize right there, if it's live ball, dead ball, that's going to play a big role in how it's enforced.
Here we go. Big call. After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Melrose. Is there anything else? It is a 1st down for Macon County. So, huge there. They get to the 4th and 1 that Melrose is looking for. And again, undisciplined. Leads to a 1st down for the Tigers, and they are all the way to the 20-yard line.
And, Jeremy, we've got the white hat over here on the sideline. Is just explaining what happened?
Yeah, I would think so. You know, if you call an unsportsmanlike against a player, and you got to chalk that up, and if he gets another one, he's ejected.
And I believe he may have been ejected from this ball game, guys. Hallie can confirm down there. She can, of course, hear the official. We cannot. That is Christopher Cooper, a senior, and he's going to the locker room. Hallie, feel free to jump in if he was ejected from the ball game.
I couldn't hear anything, but I do.
And
I see.
There's a little interference there, no problem. Under center goes Gammon, takes the snap, turns and hands off to Zach Borders. Borders to the 15. Borders still on his feet to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Macon County. Zach Borders weaves his way through traffic, and the Tigers answer back on the ground. It's 23-7.
Power to the right. Block down, kick out, pull. Untouched.
Melrose speed, Melrose speed, Melrose speed. How about some Macon County power for 6 points for the Tigers?
Real quick on the ejection or possible ejection. In high school, he does not have to leave the field, and the white hat did not give the ejection signal, so more than likely was not ejected.
Gammon's extra point is up, and it is good. And what an answer from the Tigers from Lafayette. Timeout on the field. Macon County trying to win the state championship for the first time in school history. 5:44 to go into 3rd. It's Macon County 24, Melrose 7. This is the Class 4A state championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. Hall Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. What a drive for Macon County. Kind of on your toes a little bit. Melrose comes out to open the second half, goes right down the field in 3 minutes, scores a touchdown. What does Macon do? They get in the I formation and say, stop it, we dare you. They couldn't. Touchdown for Zach Borders.
And now Macon County with 5:44 to go in the third. Still plenty of time for an explosive Melrose team, but the Tigers get a critical answer in their pursuit of this Class 4A gold ball.
You said it. They lined up. They're running off-tackle power, gap scheme, and they are moving Melrose up front.
This is a scheme that Melrose hasn't seen, let alone 3 different of them. Wildcat, I formation, power run, wing tee, shotgun, read option. It is so much to prepare for. Gammon to kick it. He's just going to pooch it again. This one fielded at the 40. Trying to line up the return, weaving to the edge. Finding a little bit of space, but Zach Border says, you're not that fast. Braylon Green on the return. More extracurriculars. And, guys, this is where Macon's got to just keep their head. Melrose a little bit self-imploding. It was an ejection confirmed by Michael Lindsay. So done for the day is Christopher Cooper. Lonnie Tate has been injured. We hope he's okay. He's trying to stretch out his leg down there on the sideline. Didn't play defense after the first play of that drive. So that's 2 defensive starters out, at least for now. 1 is out permanently. It feels like if Macon County can get a stop, they could ice it here if they can just keep this Melrose squad at bay. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Morrow, man, he is special, trying to make something happen. Takes the snap, going to head to Brown. Brown around the right side, gets slung down. Isaac McClard gets a handle on him. Gain of 7. Brown starting to rumble. Had a really good touchdown run on that last drive of 25 yards.
He did, and he runs really hard downhill behind his pads, drives his legs on contact. Hard for one guy to get down.
Score is on the screen. And I will tell you every 45 seconds or so. Thank you, love you. Thanks for watching. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. In the gun, here is Morrow. Motions Jones across. They toss it to him on the jet sweep. Looking to reverse field. Macon ready for it, and they put him down. No gain on the play. 3rd and 3. It's 4-down territory for the rest of the season here for Melrose as Braden Hassey with a nice open field tackle.
Yeah, and a couple times Melrose has been able to run that jet sweep out of that tight bunch trips and circle Macon's defense and get on the outside. This time, the edge setter, did a good job jumping upfield and making him cut it back inside where that, like Jeremy said all game, that backside pursuit has been there.
It is 3rd down and 3. Full receiver set, and Melrose trying to figure out the play call here. 7 on the play clock. Still trying to get set up. Morrow takes the snap. They bring pressure. Brown trying to carry the pile. He is brought down short. It's 4th and 1. No question about it. You're going for it here if you're Melrose. They faked a punt on 4th and 19, which may have been the final death nail when we get to the end of this thing. Hunter Griggs makes the stop. Macon, how do they approach this? You would love to get the ball back, but you know you can't let them get behind you.
Yeah, I mean, you've really got to bottle up Morrow here. You expect the ball to be in his hands. This is a 4th and season for Melrose.
4th and 1, a 17-point lead for Macon. 3:35 and counting to go. The crowd whipped into a frenzy. The band is rocking for the Tigers. Morrow in the gun. Takes the snap. 0. Trying to carry it around the outside. Morrow, he got the first down and more. Spinning forward. Jamarian Morrow carrying 3 Tigers. Still on his feet. Trying to save the season. It's another Golden Wildcats first down.
Yeah, and Macon went 0 coverage right there. Brought the house, and that's just Morrow doing what he does.
Texas A&M is getting a good one. He's going to be a running back at the next level. Textbook example. Put your best athlete at quarterback and let him make things happen. He does it there. Melrose looking for quick answers. They got to find them as Macon's running the ball at will. 1st and 10 from the 20 here for the Golden Wildcats. For Macon, you just keep playing. The opportunities are there on defense. 1 safety deep for the Tigers. Snap taken. Hand off to Brown. Brown looking for the edge again. Big stiff arm. Rumbling downfield inside the 10 to the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown Golden Wildcats again. It's Ryan Brown. Their offense has roared to life. And with 3:07 to go, it's 24-13. Sereno on for the extra point. And again, Macon would love a long drive in the answering portion, as that was pretty easy for Melrose after they converted that 4th down.
That wasn't just simple outside zone there. He made one guy miss and then did the rest on his own.
Good block on the outside by Jackson as the kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:07 to go. Here in quarter number 3, Macon's lead back down to 10 at 24-13.
Macon Bank and Trust is proud to be the sponsor of today's game. We believe in the investment of youth and are excited to be part of this state championship game. Supporting our young athletes, our county, and our school system. As your community bank of choice, we're proud to serve you with 8 convenient locations across 3 counties. We're the name you know and trust. We also want to thank Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel. If you're ready to make your travel dreams come true, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights, you're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality. Antennas up.
Got to be.
For Macon County here with 3:07 to go in the third, leading by 10.
And each team, their drives they've scored on this half, they've each taken about 3 minutes and some change off the clock here to get it in. For Macon, you'd love to see this one go well into the fourth quarter.
And because of their lead, Macon has the luxury of being able to go score for score, but you would really love to get that cushion back. Still up by 10. But Melrose's offense is moving it on the ground.
Melrose has got 12 people on the field.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It is 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sereno to kick it, Macon with the hands team out, and he's going to boom it deep. And this could be trouble. Borders, hoping it goes into the end zone, and it will. Automatic touchback. It'll go to the 20. For Macon County, that would have checked up. It could have been a big, big problem.
You got to blow on that, sweep your hands, whatever you got to do to get that in the end
zone. That looked like a
zone.
Jacob Vincent drive. Just kept rolling and rolling and rolling past everybody else. 3:07 to go. 1st and 10 Macon. What do they do here? We've seen the eye. We've seen the wild Tiger Cat.
Let's go wishbone.
Well, they've
run wishbone a little bit.
They didn't respond. They didn't respond to the eye well at all, so I'd get into that until they stop it.
And I think that's exactly what you're about to see. Back under center goes Luke Gammon. Brennan Flowers, the fullback. Zach Borders. And now we got a fake injury.
He's doing push-ups.
Yep, it is a fake injury on the field, and they will bring the trainers out, and there's no question about it. It's a fake injury. And good point, Jacob. And it is when they're not aligned properly, they give the signal, and he goes down, and his leg cramp will magically heal in about 10 seconds. And Jacob picks up very nicely that going down is Caleb Borum-Floyd to bring Caden Harris. Borum-Floyd is 6 feet tall, 260, and Harris is 6'4", 260. A lot more size in there. And now under center goes Gammon. They flip the formation, though. After that little breather, snap taken. We've got a whistle and a stoppage.
I don't see any flags.
I don't see a flag either. Got no clue why we're stopped.
Or another injury.
Why are we stopped? We wait.
Oh, the clock was running.
Okay, great point. 3:07. No, that was right.
No, it was down to 2:40.
They just reset it. Thank you very much. All right. Again, we're in a booth, which we appreciate. It's the first time in a while we haven't been freezing cold calling a game. But we can't hear what's going on out there. In the eye again with 3:07 to go in quarter number 3. Gammon takes a snap, turns and hands off. Zach Borders breaks through. There he goes. He's to the 25-30. Still on his feet to the 35. Stiff arm down to the 40. Zach Borders, a gain of 20. They got nothing for the power running of Macon County out of the I formation. First down, Tigers.
And I feel like a broken record here. Just it's power. They have ran ISO out of this one time, but they're block down, tight end, tackle guard. They're pulling backside guard, kicking out with the fullback, and that guard's getting the lead up to the second level, and Borders is just untouched.
Gammon under center, same formation, same play. This time he breaks through, and it's the young man who's magically healed. It's the biggest miracle since Bethlehem. Caleb Borum-Floyd shoots through and makes the tackle for a loss of a yard.
And that time he got in the hip pocket of the guard that pulled in front of him and chased Borders down.
It is 2nd and 11.
You have to give kudos to Melrose's training staff there, getting him prepared and back in so quickly.
Miracle healers.
Don't think there's a trainer here. It is, truly impressive. He went from a broken leg to making a tackle for loss. Snap taken. Underneath, it goes to Gabe Borders. Borders accelerates past the 45 to the 50 and down. It's a Macon County Tigers first down. All right, you got to stop out of the power. Wing tee time, baby, for a run of 12.
And it's not really a reverse. It's just coming back underneath, but the flow's taking everybody else away, and they got Melrose. They caught Melrose there being aggressive, going with the flow, and then they just hit Gabe coming back the other way, and he had an opportunity. If he had kept that outside, that would have only been a 1 or 2 yard gain, but he did a good job sticking his foot in the ground north and south and picking up 10 or 12 there.
Julius Fletcher there on the tackle, back to the high, as you say, Justin, to the 48, 119 in counting. They're running that play clock down to 2-1. Snap taken. Hand off to Zach Borders. Borders with a hole. He's to the 45, and a shoestring tackle made, but not before a gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3. And they're holding Zach down at the bottom of the pile. It's very dirty. No question about it. He's back up to his feet. Julius Fletcher makes the tackle again. And you know, guys, for all the talk, Upper Cumberland football is not very good. They're not fast. Well, you're seeing some Upper Cumberland football right now, and it's making to a 10-point lead nearing the end of the third quarter. And now
they do have 12 this
Melrose
time.
has 12 men on the field, and the snap is taken, and that should be an automatic penalty. Instead, Borders goes around, has got the first down. Should have been a dead ball immediately, correct, Jeremy Tollison? He was not off the field.
If you feel as though he's off the field,
he was not even
then you
close
let
to
it
off
go.
the field.
Yeah, it should have been a dead ball and should be a legal substitution. We got a sideline warning.
It ends up being 6 yards for Macon County and another Tigers first down, and they can run it down into the final quarter.
Just take this one to the 4th. But, yeah, they lined up with 12. They put in an extra defensive lineman, and they ran the safety off the field.
It is winning time for Macon County. The 4s will go up for the Macon Mob. After 3, Macon County 24, Melrose 14. Somebody's going to win the state championship when we come back. Coverage of today's game is presented by Macon Bank and Trust Company, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision. And you're listening to it on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Modern Automotive Group now offers a buy here, pay here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group, located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is a proud supporter of Macon County football and Tiger athletics all year long. From all of us at Modern Automotive Group, go Tigers!
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank and Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank and Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Macon Collision is your hometown stop for all your collision repair needs. They're proud to accept and work with all insurance companies. Stop by and see them at 2330 Salina Road in Red Bowling Springs, or visit them on Facebook at Macon Collision for more information. Macon Collision is proud to support the Macon County Tigers all year long and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Go Tigers!
1 quarter to go in the Class 4A state championship game. Macon County with a 10-point lead over the Melrose Golden Wildcats. It's 24-14. The Tigers under head coach Kyle Shoulders in their first state championship game in school history, trying to obviously win their first state championship in school history, and the first team championship for Macon County since the 2021 Tigerettes, which won the state championship on the hardwood. 1st and 10 for Macon. They have gone into the I formation, mixed in a little wing T. They're going to stay in the I here. Noah McKay joined by Justin Matheny, Jeremy Tollison, Hallie Ledbetter on the sideline. Jacob Vincent, our game day host, happy to be along with you today as Gammon takes the snap, turns and hands off. Zach Borders, he will get down to about the 31. It's a gain of 5, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd and 5, and so far Melrose has had no answer for the power running in half number 2. Brandon Milligan makes the stop defensively.
And it's specifically this power to the right side of the defensive formation, so power to the left for Macon on offense. But they have just gashed them over and over and over again here in the second half.
Macon County in this game has run for 249 yards. That'll play. And that is one play into quarter number 3, or 4 rather. And now they run the play clock all the way down again, take the snap, run the same play to Zach Borders, and he breaks the tackle. He's to the 25-20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
They marked him out.
Oh, they stepped out back on the 8-yard line. So that will delay, for now, Macon County being able to celebrate. He barely stepped out, they say. And with 11:10 to go, the clock stops. He got free. He broke the tackle. And unbelievably, nobody ran him down. Although I was told all week that it was going to be just running down the Borders twins.
Well, positively here, if you're Macon, even though it takes points off the board, you've got an opportunity to drain some more clock.
I did just get a text message. Someone asked me. I'll get it after this play.
Gammon takes the snap, turns and hands off. Zach Borders again to the 5, and he's carried down to the 2. They mark him at the 3, rather. It'll be 2nd and goal, and that's perfect for Macon. They want to run this thing down. Melrose is moving it on offense, but Macon has answered. They're looking to answer again and push it back to a 17-point game.
With the camera, someone texted me just a second ago and asked me who the girl was in the upside-down Vols hat.
I mean, this hair is ridiculous. I mean, it is.
I need a fan. I need a fan blowing right here.
Fabio over here. Over 300 yards of total offense for Macon County, 275 on the ground. And they stay in the I. It is Zach Borders in the backfield. Gammon, it's a quarterback sneak. They push him forward, the tush push. He's down to the 1, and they'll bleed the clock again, and the next time they snap it, we'll have under 10 minutes to go. A quarterback sneak from the 3, and that's a couple of yards here for the Tigers.
Be under 10 minutes to go.
Tick, 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 tick. I bet they make room in a trophy case if they can close this one out for a nice, shiny gold football there in Lafayette. And all of Lafayette is here.
Everybody.
It is unbelievable how many people. This may be the biggest crowd of the week, including the Baylor-McCallie game for one team on the other side. Under center is Gammon. 3rd and goal. Turns and hands off. Zach Borders. Touchdown, Macon County. Zach Borders again. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and Macon County's an extra point away from another 3-possession lead. 9:42 to go in the ball game. Eli Gammon on for a big PAT. Macon County's offense averaging over 39 points per game. They have 30. Gammon sets up, snap, set, kick is good. They have 31 now in this one. Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals. Whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, you can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll also tell you about our friends at Macon Collision. They're your hometown stop for all your collision repair needs, and they're proud to accept and work with all insurance companies. Stop by and see them at 2330 Salina Road in Red Bowling Springs, or visit them on Facebook for more information. Macon Collision is proud to support the Macon County Tigers all year long, and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Go Tigers. 9:42 to go. the most amount of points that Melrose has allowed in a game was 33 to Munford, a game that they lost. They found themselves down 17 against an offense that is running it down their throats.
And that last drive went 10 plays, took almost 6 minutes off the clock, all on the ground, just over and over and over again, running through their face.
Gammon to kick it, jogs up, and this is a little chip shot to the 40. It's fielded and nowhere to go. They will sling him out of bounds, mark him down about the 39 or 40-yard line. We'll see where they decide. 9:38 to play. Here comes Jamarian Morrow. The bright side, the offense from Melrose has been very good in the second half. The problem is, haven't been able to get a stop. Which isn't a problem for 99.9% of the people watching this live stream.
And really, though, it's not been Morrow on the ground. It's been Brown getting outside. Has 2 touchdowns in the second half of 20-something yards here just around the left side of that defense.
Trips bunched out to the right, one to the left. And there's early movement, 5 yards back. And that one, I promise you, is caused by the mob who can feel it. And they're going berserk. You can just see the motion in that crowd over there as they are bouncing around. It'll be 1st and 15 after the false start.
They're juiced.
They are absolutely juiced up. Trips to the right, one to the left. Stick around post-game. We'll have so much content for you. Hallie will have a report down from Kyle Shoulders. We'll recap the game, have the stats. Snap taken. Morrow going to pitch it out to Brown. Brown with blockers in front. Big stiff arm, but he's dragged down by Matthew Wheely. A great tackle by Wheely on Brown. A gain of 6, 2nd and 9. And for Macon, Justin, you can give up points on this drive. You just want it to take a while.
Yeah, just don't give them a quick score. Again, their 2 touchdown drives this half have taken about 3 minutes. You'd like to put up a little bit more of a pushback than that, but just don't give up a big explosive play here.
One receiver going to go out to the left, 3 bunch to the right. Morrow with Brown in the backfield. 15 on the play clock. Time ticking down near 9 minutes to go. Macon leads by 17. Snap taken. Play fake. Morrow trying to keep it himself. Stutter steps. Now he's bouncing it around. He'll be drugged down. Zach Borders got a hand on him, and then McClard finished him off. Gain of just 2. They've done a tremendous job against Morrow today. In this game, he has 11 carries, now 12 for 41 yards, and that includes 1 run of 24.
Yeah, I would have bet a lot of money he would have went for 150, close to 200 yards on the ground today.
And that clock will get fixed up on the screen here momentarily. 3rd and 6. There may be a connection issue down there, no problem. 3 bunched out to the left. It is 3rd down and 6. Snap taken. Play fake. Morrow drops, fires. Receiver fell down. It nearly bounced to him, but it did bounce. And it's 4th and 6. It's 4th in the season for the Golden Wildcats.
Yeah, if Macon's able to get a stop here, you can start the party.
And Hallie, keep doing the scoreboard down there. We'll give it a second to re-find itself. The service not good down there, and it relies on the cell tower. But I keep telling you, it's 4th and 6 from the 45-yard line. 1 receiver out to the right. And now we'll see if 2 keeps it or they give it to Brown. The coaches are jumping around on the sideline for Melrose trying to make an adjustment. 13 seconds. Morrow takes the snap. He's dropping back. They fire the quick hitter out to Brown. He's got to make some magic happen. Nope. No chance on this planet. Brought down. Macon County takes the football back, and they are 8 minutes and 5 seconds away from the party of the century tonight in Lafayette.
They're going to go tear down the other goalpost when they get home.
Seems like a safe assumption.
Easton's probably on his way up there.
I'm about to say, I might meet him. Tell Easton if he needs a ride.
He's going to walk up there.
1st down and 10 for Macon. And now they can do whatever they want on offense. They can go for the kill shot if they want. They can try to drive for 8 minutes, maybe a little bit of both. What a performance so far out of the Tigers from Lafayette, who continually have been doubted throughout this postseason run. That doubt should have ceased to exist after round number 2. It didn't, and it doesn't matter. As Coach Shoulders told me this week, we want to get talked about on Saturday night. This continues. They're going to get talked about on Saturday night. Snap taken, turn and hand off. There's Zach Borders. Big hole.
Gone.
Goodbye. 30, 20, 10, 5. Ball game. Touchdown, Macon County. It's 37-14, and the Tigers are going to win a state championship. Zach Borders again from 47 yards out.
I'll tell you one thing that helps Macon County run that play right there is when the defense only has 10.
And they didn't get a fake injury out there, you know.
Thank you for coming. Have a safe trip back. The gold ball's going north up Highway 111 and then down some back roads to Macon County, Tennessee. Eli Gammon on for the PAT. Snap, set, kick, money. 7:54 to go in the state championship game. It's 38-14. And I'll tell you, Zach Borders looked pretty fast running away from the defenders on that play.
Well, here's how this one's set up. They're lining up in the second half in that I formation, and for most of the second half, they've been running that power play to the side that Gabe has been lining up to the strength. They've got a tight end on each side, fullback in the backfield, and whichever side Gabe is at, they've been running that. This time they ran it to the backside, and he was out.
Media timeout on the field. We'll take it with the Macon County closing in. It's all Tigers at Finley Stadium, 38-14. This is the Class 4A state championship game on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement. And start a career where memories start with you.
Live Oak Insurance and Financial is home to your trusted local insurance professionals. Their experts are here to provide guidance and options to fit your home, life, health, and business insurance needs. And with the Medicare enrollment period coming soon, they're here to answer your questions. Call 931-367-5483 to set up an appointment today. Live Oak Insurance and Financial is proud to sponsor student athletes in the Upper Cumberland and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back to Chattanooga. Macon County closing in on a state championship. They lead 38-14, and too many Melrose Wildcats were on the field as Gammon boots this one away. They kick it to the dangerous Jones. Now he's going to flip it back, trying to get a return, spinning through. Forget about it. Macon County with a tackle. They pin him back on the 23, and this game has a lot of moving pieces. We'll break it all down post-game, but ultimately the Tigers closing in on the critical state championship victory. And we are getting the other scoreboard set up because the one that relies on connection isn't working. But, of course, I'll tell you the down and distance, and a lot of you have put us over the TV feed, which we certainly appreciate you doing. If you did that today, please let us know in the comments that you did it. Hopefully it worked out well for you. 1st and 10 for Melrose. And a big hole looking for magic. Morrow takes the snap. Going to fire the quick screen. Receiver catches it. Now looking to get to the edge. Strung out and will be forced out. Macon County very much okay with that. A gain of 4 as he found Ryan Brown. It'll be 2nd and 6. Melrose had a good adjustment offensively into the second half, but they ultimately had no chance against this Macon County run game.
And the adjustment they had of going to some of their run game doesn't really play into factor now, being down 4 scores here in the 4th.
Now on 2nd down and 6, they pitch it to Jones, who wasn't ready. Jones is cut down. Another nice tackle made. That's Andrew Comer who makes the stop. Make it Matthew Wheely on the tackle, of course. Number 15, not 12, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Dominant, really dominant performance by the Macon defense today.
And now the time is the best friend, and an astute assessment made. As now there's early movement. They let it go. Morrow trying to throw it deep downfield, fires, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jackson. A little bit of extracurriculars, no problem. It's 4th down and 4. Another Macon County touchdown, and the clock is going to run. Not too shabby. 38-14, Macon County out in front. Stick around post-game. We will have a lot of content for you, and of course, you have to keep your eyes on our social media channels and UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Comprehensive coverage as Macon County is about to win a gold ball for the first time in school history. Into next week, cinematic highlights. Oh, my goodness, I can't even wait to see it. Now we have a timeout called by Melrose. For any chance they have to get this, but the chance left the window when Zach Borders took off on that 47-yard touchdown run. And how about the stats today for Macon, guys? Zach Borders, 20 carries, 218 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Gabe Borders, 16 carries, 105 yards. As a team, Macon County has run for 327 yards, and the 4-star Texas A&M signee, Jamarian Morrow, who's as good as advertised. 12 carries for 42 yards, 3.5 yards per carry tonight, allowed by the Macon County defense.
Wow.
And correct, one of those was 20-something yards?
Correct, 24 yards. Modern Automotive Group now offers a buy here, pay here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group, located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of Macon County football. From all of us at Modern Automotive Group, go Tigers. 4th down and 4 here for Melrose. And if they give the ball back, the next time they touch it, the clock's going to be running. Macon County's offense is not getting stopped today. Not after the first quarter. Motion man is Jones. Very interesting formation here. Morrow takes the snap, drops back. He's being pressured, escapes out, gets away. There's a flag down. Morrow wiggles forward, and it's going to come way back. A pretty clear block in the back hole. Take your pick on the edge. Jamarian Morrow gets loose for a big gain, but instead it's going to be 4th down and long here for Melrose.
Jeremy, is this a spot foul?
It is a spot foul.
Yikes.
Because it's with
beep, 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 beep.
And on that play as well, had he thrown the ball, we've got an ineligible downfield because the slot guy was covered, so the whole play was just kind of blown up.
Now, there's going to be a big celebration. We'll obviously bring our part to it. For the Macon fans in the comments, keep it about Macon. Listen, Jamarian Morrow is a great player. We watch a lot of high school football players. This guy is a legit 4-star athlete. So let's not divulge into that. I banned some people earlier for getting crazy. We'll do the other way because these are still high school athletes. We're having a good time tonight. Macon County looks great, and Melrose right now is a mess getting onto the football field. But it's not on the kids, as the punting unit is on. No choice here on 4th and long. They will punt it deep. Gabe Borders is going to field it at the 50. Borders stutter steps to the 45, and he's brought down at the 43. And how about the story, guys, of Zach Borders? Man. Gabe, back-to-back Mr. Football finalist. Zach struggled so bad, couldn't get on the field, kept battling through injuries, having to rehab, how tough that is your first 3 years. First year he's played in every game, 15, and tonight, 218 yards on 20 carries for number 4. And they can make it a running clock here as they stay in the eye. Zach stays behind his quarterback and Brendan Flowers. Gabe Borders out wide with 6:44 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10, Tigers. Snap taken. Play fake. They're going to throw. Dropping back. Chucking deep. Looking for Gabe. And it's broken up. A very nice defensive play made on the back end by Melrose. Darius Baldwin Jr. makes the stop. Breaks it up. And it's 2nd and 10.
Coach Shoulders going for the jugular on that one. I mean, had a chance too.
Why not? The way this game has gone, And this is dominance. And this also shows at least the 4 best teams in the state were on the east side of the bracket this year. We've thought that could be the case for a while. You could argue with the wall about that one after the way this game has gone. And 3 of those teams played in Region 4 4A from the Upper Cumberland. Under center goes Gammon. Now he will just hand off to Zach Borders. Borders, that time is bottled up. Maybe the shortest gain outside of one play here in the second half for Macon. It's going to be 2nd and 7. We got a late hit in. No flag is down. Morrow came in to make the tackle.
They're giving the ball to Melrose?
No signal. He's down.
Okay, good.
Melrose thinks they have the football. They do not. They're really frustrated. But, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The game is over, fellas. 6:04 to go in the ball game, and it's 38-14. 3rd down and 7 here for the Tigers. And this is going to be a great day of high school football. Hallie, try to get that scoreboard working when you get a minute after this play. We'll put it back on. Think we may have life. Snap taken. They hand underneath. Zach Borders will be taken down after a gain of a couple. 4th down and 4, and Kyle Shoulders can choose if he wants to pin him or leave the offense on the field and try to drain the clock. Technically, a 3-possession game. It would take 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions to tie. And no decision here from Kyle Shoulders. He's leaving the offense on the field.
Maybe even try a hard count, take a timeout here as it hits 1.
Oh, if you're from Memphis, just don't comment. Just go to your own feed, please. Hard count. Did they get him? No. They shift the line. 3 seconds. Kyle Shoulders runs down and is going to burn the timeout. And now they'll talk about it again. This is not a friendly environment for you if you are a Melrose fan. And I can't ban enough people that will come after you if you start commenting on this feed in a 38-14 ball game. It has been a great year for Melrose. You know, there's lots of different things you can talk about. One thing I do have a ton of respect for, I know that all of us in here agree, the Morrow twins to come back into a place that's had a lot of trouble in Orange Mound, a place with a lot of football tradition, but has had a big crime problem here recently. Oh, goodness, I don't even know what he read. And coming back to say, hey, we want to be able to have kids throwing the football on the street again like it was when they were growing up, going back to their alma mater, leaving a place like Germantown where Morrow could have played a big role in a really good 6A team to go down to Orange Mound. They got to the state championship game this year. So, yes, Macon County, the better team today. Macon County's going to earn this win. But that's one thing. Now, the football side, faking a punt on 4th and 19, that's kind of crazy. But from the manhood side, that's a very good thing for the Morrow twins, and credit to them for doing it.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to those guys.
To answer your question, comments, I think everybody gets to celebrate this one as it's 4th down and 5. Offense on the field. Snap taken. They hand the sweep to Zach. Zach with blockers in front to the 35. 1st down, Macon County. That's the play that won them the game against Anderson County a week ago. This time it moves the chains on a 1st down as we go under 4:50 to play. And let's see if that scoreboard is working now. It sure is. There we go. Hallie's doing a great job down there. The issue with the scoreboard was not on her at all. It was on the connection here in the box. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Time stops as Zach went out of bounds. And they are rapidly increasing their running yards. 332 rushing yards so far. Oh, we're going to have to turn off the comments. Oh, goodness. Some of them are kind of funny, though. Under center, Gammon takes the snap. Going to give to Zach, or Gabe, rather. Gabe around the end of the 25. Dances up to the 20 where he's brought down. Another gain of about 10. Depends on the spot, and they will move the chains on another Macon County 1st down.
This is just dominant here, really, in the second half from Macon, just leaning on them, the power run game. They've had no answers since the second quarter started.
Now, 4:30 and counting to go. I mean, are they going to go take the other goalpost down to Pat Parker?
If they do, Goose, you got to be there.
I mean, there's one more standing and can go into the pond. I'm not advocating for it, but you got to replace one. You might as well replace them both.
You got to buy a set, don't you?
You probably get a discount if you get a pair.
I mean, you can make them yellow and real tall, you know. That's under center goes Gammon in the wing T now. Takes the snap, hands to Zach on the around. Zach to the 20, dances to the 10, and down to the 6. Zach Borders again, under 4 to play, and we are rapidly approaching running clock territory at Finley Stadium. Make no mistake about it, the first quarter was kind of iffy for both teams. This has been complete dominance out of Macon County in this football game. Now, the only question is it 7, 4? I wonder if 20 may get the ball. A senior, Raylan Flowers. Is they're going to run the play clock down before the next play, and the Macon mob goes a little bit crazier. Raylan Flowers hasn't had a touchdown today. Will they try to get it to him? And he has been one of the unsung heroes of this football team. Gammon takes the snap. It's going to be Gabe. Gabe around the right side, and it will be brought down from behind at the 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness.
Getting chippy.
Macon going back into the huddle. Melrose, some leadership being shown out there by a couple of their kids trying to get their kids back.
They've got to get 55 off the field.
Yes, it is. It's a mess. And Gabe got twisted up a little bit. He'll go off to the sidelines. We got a timeout on the field with 2:53 to go. And this is one, guys, the game's no longer in doubt. Nobody do anything crazy. Get to the end of this football game and move on.
And, you know, with my experience, this is a scenario where the officials really have to step up, get in the middle of every single play, make themselves vocal. And, you know, I'm not saying it's on the officials if a player does something, but you've got to get in there and try to prevent it the best you can.
Right. 2:53 to go. We want to thank once again Macon Bank and Trust Company, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, and Macon Collision for being the presenting sponsors of tonight's game. And a special thank you to Macon Bank and Trust Company, who's been with us every single postseason game. We very much appreciate it. On behalf of everybody at UCR, our bills are very expensive this time of year. If you could have seen what I had to write yesterday, you would know what I'm talking about, and we appreciate that very much.
I've got a Lafayette friend of mine that just texted me, and he has a suggestion. He said he thanks us for his coverage, and he said, I want you all to take over for Vols Radio with Kessling retiring.
I'd be happy to.
I'm just saying, we're open. Just talk to our agents. We're open to that.
Be happy to. So now here's the situation. It's 2nd and goal from the 5. Macon can't just kneel it out. They would give the ball back. So they're going to try to get this into the end zone, and they'll go back into the I formation, and it's Gabe Borders, who's now being sent off the field because I'm sure like a centimeter of his knee is showing. And congratulations, your reward is here comes Zach Borders onto the field with 23 seconds to go on the play clock.
And I don't think Gabe scored a touchdown today. I think they were trying to get him one.
He has not. Snap taken. Handoff goes to Zach, and he's going to score again. Touchdown, Macon County. Zach Borders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Touchdown runs today, and the clock is going to run as Macon County has stretched it to a 30-point lead. And that was easy. 2 blockers pulled, Justin, and he walked in.
Untouched. Again. It's been the story of the whole second half.
History being made on the field tonight for Macon County. Gammon, extra point. Snap, set, kick, good. 45-14. Macon County doing what we saw them do to Saudi Daisy, to a Goodstone Memorial team. That's really where everybody's attention got grabbed as Jacob was calling that game. 54-0, and they have not looked back. They went on the road into Baxter and beat Upperman by 2 scores. They went on the road into Sparta and beat White County by 2 scores. They came back home and beat a very explosive Anderson County team in a straight-up old-fashioned shootout. And now they've come on the road again to Chattanooga and left no doubt. And, guys, Kyle Shoulders talked to Jacob about how when they came to Saudi Daisy, they said, we have some goals. This is a dress rehearsal. Doing about what they did to Saudi Daisy tonight in the state championship game. Impressive.
Yeah. again, you go back to that DeKalb County game, we're sitting here in the second half thinking Macon may be out of the playoffs if something doesn't change right now. And boy, did it ever.
Just block the person, Jacob. I'm done. I'm done with that. As the kickoff is away. Low spinner. This one fielded, bobbled. It's on the ground. Now they have it back. Morrow trying to make something happen. And it's not Morrow. My apologies. That's 8 instead of 2. Flag is down as Baldwin Jr. right down at the 29. The kickoff coverage been great today for Macon. And the clock is running with 2:30 to go in the ball game. Once again, if you haven't already, please hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube as well. Yeah, playing the parade, playing the party. Make sure the invite reaches our inbox. We like to party too, as this is a penalty against Melrose. It'll back them up even further. And the time is ticking. 2 minutes to go until it's state champion Macon County Tigers. Super impressive performance out of Macon County. Didn't have a first down in the first quarter. They got a lot of first downs now. Stick around post-game. We'll have an interview with Kyle Shoulders. We'll recap that entire ball game, stats and more, as Morrow rolls out to his right, trying to throw. He'll fire, and it's tipped. Is that intercepted? They rule it incomplete. Matthew Wheely almost one hand grabbed it. Instead, it's going to be second down under 90 seconds to play.
Here's, just the way they've been able to bottle up Morrow today has just shocked me. I didn't. It's not going to shock me that they've won the game, but how they've done it in the dominant fashion, controlling both lines of scrimmage, and not even that. Just Morrow is a dude.
He is.
He is a baller, certified, bona fide, and they have eliminated him.
And now it's second down and 10, under a minute to play. Everybody's on their feet in blue, red, and white. Morrow takes the snap, bobbles it. It ends up with Brown, and there is nothing doing there. Huge loss on the play. And when this team's rolling downhill, you can forget about it. One more play to go potentially, and that will be all she wrote. And it could be the final play. They do not have to snap it again. We'll see if Melrose will. Looks like they're not going to. Coach says, let's go shake hands. We'll wait on it officially. It's about that time. Lafayette, Tennessee, get ready to party tonight. For the first time in school history, the Macon County Tigers are football state champions. They get it done today at Finley Stadium in dominant fashion. Your final score, Macon County 45, Melrose 14. They come back to Chattanooga for the second time in a month and dominate the final 3 quarters, and a gold ball is coming home to the Upper Cumberland. The Macon County Tigers are your 2024 Class 4A state champions in the state of Tennessee. We welcome you into the post-game show. We'll recap it briefly, then return the headset to Jacob Vincent for about a 15-minute post-game show or so before we turn the booth over to our friends from Milan who take on Marion County our next game. Guys, we talked about it. We'll hit some of the stats quickly here, but a very well-deserved Macon County championship. They ran the difficult road. They passed every test, and now they get that ultimate reward of being named state champions.
I mean, what an accomplishment for this group of seniors. And we talked about it throughout the season and the monkey on their back of not beating Upperman in 20 years, knowing that they've not played every year for 20 years, but they're in the same region now, and they were able to, avenge a 1-point loss there in Baxter and go on the road. And they didn't make it easy on themselves. They had to go to Baxter and win in the playoffs. They had to go to White County. And then that game at Anderson County last week was just as fun of a game as I've ever been a part of. And then to come down here and do this today, and the coaches in the box going
they need
crazy
to go
over
downstairs.
Here, they're having a hard time for Melrose. But there's not a lot you can say. They just got whooped by Macon today, and that's how this one breaks down.
Once again, we'll be joined by Kyle Shoulders in some way, shape, or form during the post-game show. Of course, he's got his TV obligations, and then he needs to talk to his team and get his trophy. Most importantly, he needs to get his trophy, his coach's plaque, and the state championship gold ball, which is coming to Lafayette. But quickly, the story of the game, guys. Rushing in the game for Macon County. They ran the ball 48 times for 370 yards and 5 touchdowns, led by Zach Borders. 249 yards on 25 carries and 4 touchdowns. Gabe, 18 for 117. They attempted 4 passes, and it was Gabe completing the only pass of the game to Luke Gammon for a touchdown from 32 yards out. And they held the 4-star Jamarian Morrow, 12 carries, 42 yards.
Wow.
Dominance tonight out of the Macon County Tigers. A gold ball is coming home to Lafayette. Much more to come from Finley Stadium when we come back in just a moment. We're just getting started tonight. Your final score, Macon County 45, Melrose 14. We'll be back in just moments on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Citizens Bank is proud to sponsor today's game. Just like a winning team, Citizens Bank is there when you need them the most, providing financial solutions that fit your goals, whether it's building a business, buying a home, or planning for the future. You can count on us to be there every step of the way. Experience the power of partnership with Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank wants to wish good luck to Macon County today. Go Tigers. Citizens Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Modern Automotive Group now offers a buy here, pay here program with low down payments, no credit check, and low payments due on your payday. Come experience the heart of hometown hospitality at Modern Automotive Group, located at 2744 Highway 52, Suite A in Lafayette. Modern Automotive Group is a proud supporter of Macon County football and Tiger athletics all year long. From all of us at Modern Automotive Group, go Tigers.
During times of need, we often seek stability. At Macon Bank Trust, we take pride in being your reliable financial partner. With a legacy spanning over 105 years, we understand the importance of familiar faces, exceptional service, and cutting-edge convenience. Macon Bank remains the trusted name you recognize and the bank your family can trust in this community. Macon Bank and Trust Company, serving Macon, Clay, Sumner, and surrounding counties since 1919. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Come grow with us.
Ready to make your travel dreams come true? Whether you're looking for an enchanting Disney destination, exploring the national parks, relaxing in the Caribbean at an all-inclusive resort, or embarking on an unforgettable European adventure, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel is your trusted travel partner for a magical getaway. When you book your vacation with Jessica Nix, you're not just reserving a hotel and flights. You're getting a customized experience that saves you time, money, and stress. Call Jessica at 615-691-1271 or email her at jessicanix@mickeyworldtravel.com to see how she can make your dream vacation a reality.
Welcome back here to Chattanooga for the final time today. A big win for the Macon County Tigers as they get the job done here in the state championship. Final score 45-14, and a huge congratulations to the Macon County Tigers, their first ever gold ball in school history. Zach Borders just named the player of the game. He is indeed going to be our Nelson Trophy in-screen printing player of the game. It was pure domination, guys. Even in that first half, a little bit slow in the first quarter, but as soon as they settled in, it was all Macon County from about maybe halfway through that first quarter on.
Yeah, and they really, like you said it great, just settling in, kind of a game like this where you're not familiar with the other team at all and just feeling each other out, and they didn't pick up a first down at all in the first quarter. And like I said, if you would have told me that, I would have thought that they were been getting ran off the field. But Melrose, they put the ball on the ground a lot too. They did not look crisp on offense. They've had just I don't want to belabor that point, but they've just not as organized as maybe as you'd think. But they had some dudes out there who could make a bunch of plays and make up for some of that.
Jeremy, what were you most impressed with in this win?
Obviously, you look at the Borders twins, and they've carried this team for several years, okay? But just the dominance of the defensive line and the offensive line, I did not expect them to dominate Melrose is huge.
Yeah.
And to move some of those big guys like 52 or 55 off the ball is impressive, but just the blocking scheme, the line dominance just blew me away, and that caused 380 yards rushing. So
tip of the cap to Melrose. They're getting their silver ball, their 5th silver ball in school history. Nothing to scoff at. And being here 7 times for a state championship game, they will be taking the silver ball home. Macon County about to receive their first ever gold ball. I mentioned it, Zach Borders was absolutely tremendous, and especially in the second half. In the first half, he had 6 carries and 61 yards. Pretty good. Continued that in the second half. He averaged 10 yards a carry for the ball game. 25 carries, 250 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And you guys talked about it throughout the game. And really, what he has had to deal with the last couple of years, dealing with injuries, finally 100% this year, and he goes off in the state championship game.
Yeah, what a redemption story for him. I know there was a point where, and I know we've got it on tape somewhere, of Coach Shoulders talking about maybe him just going to give up playing football because of the shoulder injuries and just having to go through that grueling process of rehab and whatever, and just him sticking with it and continuing and competing and getting back in there to cap it off with this. And, you know, like we've said, his brother Gabe's been in the limelight, been a Mr. Football finalist as a sophomore and a junior. But for them to put it together as a unit and a backfield and as a team this year, this has been fun to be a part of.
The Macon County Tigers are at midfield. They just received their gold ball. The whole team down there, the coaching staff down there as well. And jubilation for the fans from Lafayette. And they're going to have a fun trip home. Hey, we're still here for a little bit, but before we go, if you haven't done so already, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, please hit that like button. It helps us out more than you guys know, and we also really appreciate your viewership here for this broadcast today. We really appreciate the sponsors for making this broadcast possible: Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision. Going to try to get some words from Coach Shoulders, if possible, at some point. Obviously, he's got a lot of duties now. He's the state championship winning head coach in the 4A classification. He already did one interview, and we'll see if we can maybe try to pull him aside at some point as the team is just now starting to make their way off the field. Of course, Coach is going to want to talk to his team as well, but there will be another broadcast coming into this booth at some point. Macon County, though, finishes the season a final record of 13-2. There are only 2 losses in the regular season, a 1-point loss to Upperman on the road in Baxter, and then, of course, that 34-18 loss in Sparta. Did not lose from that point on, and then from that DeKalb County second half on, a completely different team, and really they did not change from that point on. They were just pure domination in every single game since that second half against DeKalb County.
Yeah, they really had. And, you know, Noah had talked to Coach Shoulders about something they did in the not in the off season, just mid-season there, about how they kind of changed how they were practicing and some different things. And they just went and honestly went to work and put their heads down, controlled what they could control. They wound up being the 3 seed in that as good a region in the state, no matter what people in the bigger markets will tell you, and as good a coaches around here. And they went to work, and they did their thing, and they're coming home state champs, and that's something nobody will ever be able to take from them.
And Hallie's still trying to track down Coach Shoulders and trying to get him into a good spot so we can make sure the audio sounds good. So we want to make sure we stick around here on the post game. But the Macon County Tigers, they'll make their way down also to our right in the end zone to get their state championship picture with the whole team. They'll get the coaching staff in there as well. But a really cool scene here for the Macon County Tigers. They get the hats with the Blue Cross Bowl champions on them. They'll wear those in the pictures. Pretty good look with those all-white unis down there.
Yeah, they definitely pop. It's a nice stormtrooper look there for Macon County. And Jeremy, I'm having a hard time just wrapping my mind around the way in which they won this one.
If you would have told me this game was running clock, I would have felt like they just couldn't stop Morrow.
Yeah.
And I would have felt like Melrose blew them out. I thought Macon County could out-football the athletes and win, maybe even get to a double-digit win. But if you would have told me blowout, I would have pushed all my chips in on Melrose. But, I mean, good Lord, hats off to Macon County.
Last 2 weeks, there were comments saying that Macon County was going to get running clocked against them, that being Anderson County last week and even today in the state championship game. Well, they ran the clock out on Anderson County last week by taking a knee. They go to a running clock here in the state championship game. And now we can ask Coach Shoulders about taking down some of the top teams in the state, maybe being overlooked a little bit. You can't overlook them now. They're bringing back the gold ball and really one of the most dominant runs in this 4A classification I think you could probably talk about.
Yeah, Noah said it on the game, and it seems like, some of the best teams in the state were on this eastern side of the bracket, and it ran through the Upper Cumberland because it was this year's time for the teams in the Upper East Tennessee to travel here. And Macon, again, they made it hard on themselves. They didn't beat Baxter, or they didn't beat Upperman and Baxter in the regular season, falling by one, and then they go and kind of, I'll be honest, I think Coach Shoulders would tell you the same thing. They got embarrassed by White County down there. And then just able to come around, again, just turn the whole thing around has been really fun to witness.
They just took the team picture. Hallie is down there trying to get Coach Shoulders out of it. And so as soon as she is able to track him down and pull him out of the group down there, we'll be able to hear from Coach Shoulders after the win here in the 4A state title game. A lot of people down there, a lot of congratulations being given, and rightfully so for all of this coaching staff, all of the players. What a way to go out for this Macon County squad. Again, final score tonight, 45-14. They rushed for 370 yards here in this contest. And Hallie is with Coach Shoulders. Take it away.
Coach, how are you feeling after your first state championship title?
Numb. I don't even know how I feel right now. I don't know that it's really sank in. We have just, been so locked in for so many weeks now, and we have not allowed ourselves to really celebrate any win. I know that last week some goalposts got tore down and things like that, but our guys stayed locked in and focused. They were not about celebrating. They knew that we had some business to take care of this week. Goodness, I wish I'd have got a little bit more sleep this last week because we had such an elaborate game plan, and who would have thought you just come out and get an eye and run power and take care of business. I don't know that. I'd have had a little bit more pleasant week this week.
How about the play of your defense tonight?
Phenomenal, man. Our defense played absolutely lights out. I could not be more proud of those guys, Coach Corbett and his staff, the job that they've done to prepare these guys with film study and practice and everything else. We battled a lot of things this week with the weather, of trying to stay outside, stay outside in it, maybe to get a true look of what they do. We kind of felt like we had to. We're practicing in a snow blizzard, and just our guys just staying locked in and focused through all that is really phenomenal for these young teenage boys, man. It's special.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That's head coach Kyle Shoulders with the Macon County Tigers. Appreciate Hallie for being able to get him down there as well. What a win for the Macon County Tigers today, and he talked about it in there. The routine did not change ever since even here in the postseason. They stayed outside. They practiced every single day. He said it. They practiced whenever it was snowing real hard. I believe it was Monday earlier this week. There was a good amount of snow coming down. They practiced yesterday in Lafayette before making the trip down here to Chattanooga. And he also talked about it in the pregame interview with me, saying they made this trip to Chattanooga against Saudi Daisy just a few weeks ago. They've made it over the summer, and this was just a business trip opportunity. And I know Noah wants to say a few more words before we get going.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, huge congratulations to Coach Kyle Shoulders. This is a team that's earned it. There will be no asterisks next to this championship. They fully earned it, and they deserve to be state champion too. Told you so. We're really good at high school football in the Upper Cumberland. 3 straight years having a team here, and now a team gets over the hump. Maybe a little asterisk next to the team that lost last year. Also told you so, the 4 best teams in the state are in the East, 3 of which play in Region 4, 4A. The state championship games were held a couple of weeks ago. Everyone just missed the boat on that. But kidding aside, obviously, congratulations. And I want to thank all the people who made it possible. Our last football broadcast of the season, whole bunch of broadcasters. It's to the point now I used to be able to list them all. I will forget somebody if I don't try to list them all. So if you have called a game for us, if you have panned a camera for us, if you have sponsored a live stream, if you've watched a live stream, if you liked it, if you're a coach that's allowed us to talk to you, come into your locker room to film your pregame and postgame interviews, to give us access into your programs. Listen, we're trying to build something here, Justin and I. We've had a vision for this for a while. Nobody covers high school sports like we do. It's not arrogant. It's true. Nobody in the country covers high school sports the way we do. You're about to see it flexed in full might here in the next hour or so as we are all already at work. I'm writing a story as we speak. Goose getting footage. Ben, we appreciate him coming today. And that's only because the coaches give us access, the players put on a show, the sponsors pay a lot of money to sponsor our live streams and be all over them, and that all of you watch and that you like, that you share, and you comment. So I just wanted to come on here one more time and say thank you very much to everybody watching at home. If you're in any of those categories, which if you're watching, you automatically are in those categories, thank you very much. And what a fitting way to end this season. And we got to call basketball starting here. I'm not going to make it tonight. Sorry. We thought maybe. It's not going to happen. But starting very quickly, maybe Monday night, we'll be in a gym. You're saying yes.
We will.
So Monday night, we got a basketball game somewhere that we will be doing. And it never stops for us. But it's only because of all of you, all the sponsors, our presenting sponsors. Jacob will shout them out one more time before we get out of here. Thank you so very much, and you got to stay tuned. We got so much content to come from Chattanooga.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it tuned in to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Keep it tuned into the Facebook page as well. Once more, before we go, massive shout-out to all of these presenting sponsors for making this broadcast possible today. Macon Bank and Trust Company, Citizens Bank of Lafayette, Jessica Nix with Mickey World Travel, Modern Automotive Group, and Macon Collision. Go out to their businesses, use their businesses, and let them know how much you appreciate them for making it possible, for allowing us to do this broadcast. The Macon County Tigers are bringing the gold ball back to Lafayette. They win today, 45-14 in running clock fashion. Football season is over. It is full bore into basketball season. Who knows how many gold balls we'll have coming back to the Upper Cumberland.
At least one.
In basketball season.
No doubt. We'll have one.
For Jeremy Tallison, Noah McKay,